it's a 5. Before you hit a talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
We got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
Hi, this is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio. I'm James Boyd, and hear me out, Rich Latta. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just a wild day in the world of sports and kind of a boring time in wrestling, I'd add. I don't know. What's up with you, man?
It's interesting you said that about boring in wrestling. I want to say it was Brian Alvarez about a week or two ago was like, he's not really feeling any of the storylines. There's like no big, draw storyline in WWE or AEW right now. And when he said it, I was like,
people jumping on his head for that. I think he's right.
That's what I was getting at. I was like, you know what? We've been talking about that on this show about AEW. You look at the WWE side, it's like they're running back the umpteenth time. How many times Roman Reigns will be in like these group reunion situations where like they're doing Bloodline again the same way they did the Shield again, right? Yep. Like, but anyway, you have that going on.
All Cody Rhodes stuff is like trash can fire, like dumpster. I don't know if you've seen.
You got to tell me, like he wrestled Gunther again recently, right?
The WWE Championship is now a 3-way program, James, with Sami Zayn in it.
Sami Zayn added to Gunther?
Yeah. So
okay, when did he get added in?
So the second match that they ended up having was a special referee match, and this was a choice that Gunther made.
Oh yeah, and Sammy was the ref, right?
Sammy was the ref.
That's where that picture came from. Yeah. I saw the picture of Sammy holding the belt, and people was like, "This is close to goal he ever gonna touch." I was like, "Hey man, fuck you. You don't remember what 2014 through 2016 Sami Zayn was like. He could have been that guy. Y'all waited a decade. Anyway, go ahead."
Yeah. So Sami Zayn fast counts the nigga in the match.
I saw that. I forgot that quick. Yes, I did see a clip of that. Yes.
And now
it was
the
hilarious.
Next match is a 3-way. So James, not only did you not get a actual real Cody versus Gunther match,
right?
They give you 2 bullshit ones and then put a third nigga in it. They
eat the pin.
Light this nigga Paul Levesque on fire. Oh my god! Like I got a damn nerve to talk about just have fun when you show up to the shows. People think about it too hard. Is y'all just having fun when y'all setting them ticket prices? Is y'all just having fun when they handing y'all billions of dollars? Is that you think Netflix is just expecting fun?
We got to do a double preview, don't we?
I honestly don't even know what else is on the King of the Ring short. Or I mean, we do have to talk about that's your warning shot. Bow!
He gave out 2 warning shots in like 5 seconds the other day. I saw on Friday. I was like, boy, you running that into the ground real early. But yeah, man.
I feel bad. I did not get it on the soundboard this week, but maybe next week I'll have.
Yeah, that needs
I'll have the warning shot.
On here. That needs to be on here.
Put on there.
Like, look, because look, you can play this your warning shot bow like in place of running the saxophones. Like, and so you don't run the saxophones over and over again. You play that instead. It's like, hey man, it's getting kind of hectic for you. You don't get his probationary period for your ass. You on thin ice. So yeah, but yeah, man, like it's. And then you look at Forbidden Door. Like, hey man, I'm excited for the show because it's going to be a great show with a bunch of great wrestling on it. But that's really it.
Yeah, not the most compelling things in the world,
Yeah.
Ethan Sabre Jr., what's up, man? He dropped a super chat off.
Yeah, what does that say?
Vince McMahon, y'all think Vince McMahon thinking my seeds is so watching this booking, or do you think he's thinking this is par for the course? Oh, Vince hates this shit.
Oh,
He's
got to. It wouldn't matter. Look, he hated it when they were fire hot 2 years ago. Yeah. If he don't do it, it sucks in his eyes.
Yeah. Vince hates all that shit.
Yeah.
When is Vince ever like any other wrestling?
Think of all the times people have said the things that got through that went well for WWE. everybody always says we have to make it seem like it's his idea, otherwise he's not going for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
How big of a section was that in one of them Jericho books?
Oh my God, you can pull out. I mean, I got the Jericho record book above my head. I'm sure I could find something in there.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that when you were reading one of them books. I was like, yeah, it's. And then look, you ain't even got to pull out one of those books off your shelf. You ain't got to pull out that Bret Hart book. You ain't got to pull out any of them Jericho books. Go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube with any of these former WWE stars and talk about the interaction with Vince. Nah, man.
They will tell you. Appreciate the super chat. But
he liked Men on Film from In Living Color. Hated it. He liked them. He liked the two old men up in the balcony in Sesame Street or the Muppet. They don't like none they see.
Yeah.
If his hands ain't on it, it's foul in his eye. And he needs to kill it with fire.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think people jumped on Alvarez a little bit, and I get it. Alvarez is rather miserable, and he doesn't really search for much else.
He's getting grumpier.
Yeah,
he's getting grumpier as he's aged,
older.
And there's also this. It seems like they have kind of lost their pulse on what people younger than them like. They kind of passed over that. Like once we got to that stage where like Meltzer was loving everything and overrating stars, giving over like crazy stars for matches that like 10 years ago he would have given half a star less than. That's when you started noticing like, oh, like look, what his reporting is that's what it is. From a critical standpoint, it seems like off his fastball a little bit.
Yeah.
And I met Alvarez, I think twice. Mm-hmm. Nice guy, right? Like, but
they got a lot of years in.
It's gonna come for us eventually. People fall out of touch. Look, speaking of falling out of touch, right? Tonight, that T.I. last album comes out at midnight. Right?
Can't wait.
Tell me why. Look, Fall is not being in touch, right? This is me showing you how I'm out of touch with things. I'm looking more forward to this and that Drake album just dropped last month.
I mean,
but I'm saying, but if I told that to my brother Daniel, who's almost a decade younger than me, he look at me like I got three heads.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
he likes the jam to shut the fuck up. By the way.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like
I've heard him play it. Look, it ain't for me. It's too. The bars are too childish for me. Sorry.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
Like if he was out here playing like Whisper My Name or Dust or National Treasure, oh, I'm with you. And he does play that, but I was like, nah, man. I feel like these 4 or 5 songs, one of these is a polar bear. It might be the most popular polar bear, the one that's charting, but it's a polar bear nonetheless. And 5-10 years from now, y'all gonna be embarrassed. Y'all like that shit.
So you sent me something that was from ROPW that was joined.
Oh yeah.
I sent the photo back to you if you want to check the chat.
Okay, let me see it. Messenger.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, whoops. God, hold on. Who scored 53 points?
Marina Mabry dropped 53.
Is that the record?
She tied the record. Yep. With Asia and
tied the record.
Beige. Yep. And I think they subbed her out or something like that.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. And go for greatness while you out there. I hate that.
I think JML said she was up, or they were up 20 or some shit, and she was like, she was pulling the BAM or whatever.
All right. Okay. All right. So I was watching RLP, this latest episode of the Hot Takes episode that you do weekly, right? So you had it's been so many questions. You got a 2-parter. Watched it. They pulled it up, started playing it. Oh, you might do a 3. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. So I'm watching it. And, obviously it was about the big thing was the thumbnail was about it was Sir Sam asked you a question about Kenny Omega. So I'm watching it, tuning in, minding my own business. Next thing I know, how on ROPW I get brought up into it, right? So I was like, wait, what? So now keep in mind, like I don't know how to feel about this one because, like, I feel like this person might be joking, but at the same time, it's like, you could have just asked me, if you followed the show and heard this thing, you could have just fucking added me and asked me on any of these other platforms. But instead, you went to my friend, asked him on his show a hot take question. I don't know if this feels passive aggressive, right? This feels passive aggressive. Because it's like, James Boyd needs to take some math classes with Scott Steiner after not being able to reconcile a 4.5 star out of 5-star match being rated out as a 9 out of 10 on Cage Match. LOL. Okay,
and
so
I think I kind of explained it. Like,
you explain it. I'll further explain.
Okay.
All right. So as you mentioned on the show in your response to Kyle, that on sites like Cage Match, you can't go above the highest number. Right, so...
And no one ever gets a 10.
Right. So, greatest matches of all time on Cage Match, I think that is like 9.7 or 9.8 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Right? Right, that's the highest you can get. Now, if we go into the star rating category, if you will, or whatever else, before Dave Meltzer went nuts, started going over 5 all the goddamn time, before he only did that one time in 10 years or 20 years, whatever else, let's just leave it at that, right?
10-year anniversary coming of that in January, James.
Yeah. So if you just go by the standard 5 stars, the highest you can go, on a site like that, the average rating can't be 10 because people are going to go below it. People are going to hit it with, I thought it was not the greatest match. I think it was 5 stars. I thought it was 4 3/4. So therefore, I'll give it a 9 or whatever else. And then you'll have some yahoos, especially on like these matches are way up there. You'll have the occasional yahoos that'll give some matches all-timer match. They'll give fucking Kabashi Kawada at 3 or some shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. Some nonsense. Or Kabashi Masao 9. Or sorry, at 3. So, on Cage Match, what happens is, generally speaking, like almost like a mean regression. Like just from me looking at enough Cage Match matches, and this also you can do the same for Grapple, right? Back when the Grapple app was still around, like a match that me and Rich would give 5 stars, and Jeremy would give 5 stars. And I think Jeremy's the most objective, like match rater that I know personally. Same. He gives a match 5 stars. You go to Grapple, that shit say 4.3 or 4.4 for a 5-star. Like that's the kind of mean regression we're talking about. So, what I have looked at over time, looking through AEW match ratings, WWE match ratings, New Japan match ratings, Star match ratings, historically is a 5-star match, generally speaking, can get about the lowest you can get is like, you can go and look at Dave Meltzer's star ratings that's next to the ratings on Cage Match. See, you can see 8.8s given 5 stars.
Yeah.
So when I have looked at it historically, I'm like, okay, anything around 9 is a 5-star match or a high 4.3 stars. 4.75, right? Generally speaking, the average 4.5-star match that Dave Meltzer is going to give historically in out on Cage Match is it's an 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
So in good faith, I'm going to put beside the whole math thing and be like, look, this is what I peeped as far as mean regression. This is what these normally land at. So, right. And then obviously, the math, you can just look at like, you go inside of the number and look at the votes, the total votes. Generally speaking, if you look at, remember I said, like, I looked at it and I saw it was a 9.24. When I looked at it that morning before I went to watch the match, and then later in the day it settled down. Like normally we talk about this all the time. Like a match would start out high, and then after 100 votes or after a week, it settles into where it's gonna be forever. Yeah, that's where it is after a week. It don't change, especially if it's an AEW or WWE match, because so many votes in there that like it's not gonna be funny and throw some 4.5-star match, want to throw it a 6 or whatever, or a 3. There's too much total points banked to screw it up the number. Yeah. But like a promotion like Stardom, where it's normally you get like at it's around like 30, 40 or whatever else, some Yahoo comes out here and says, this Tam Nakano Julia match or whatever else, I give it a 3 or whatever else. It's like, okay, now you fucking with history. Because only so many people in this country are gonna watch it here and then also vote on it, as opposed to AEW, hundreds of votes is gonna be filtered out.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's my whole point of like why I said like 8.9 where it settles out a week later. That seems kind of high because 8.9, like that might be what, for example, that might be what the Ciampa and Darby title match might be.
Yeah.
And that's a 5-star match that's clearly better. Like, it's not even in the same... Nah. But both more than great. I'm just saying one is like a fringe match of the year contender. The other one is just a really great match. A match of the... One of the best matches... Maybe the best match you'll see this week if you watch Worldwide Wrestling. So, just settle that. But... You could have asked me that. You didn't have to go ahead and send that shit to my friend. I'm like, what is this? And normally I stay away from comments and stuff, whatever. But it got brought to me. It got brought to me because he's asked you the question of the show. So there you go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on, man. Let's get to the first topic. 30 years ago, James, Reasonable Doubt dropped today.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the Jay-Z 30-year anniversary. Of course, he's running this campaign now.
That's what we're calling it?
All around the subways and with Spotify and all the subways are getting, the Rockefeller signs on them. There's a bunch of stuff going on right now. I don't know what's happening in the lead up to Yankee Stadium. Everyone thinks there's a new album coming out. Yeah. People were saying it may be called like 96 and Forever or something like that. I don't know. Sign me up for the Jigga Man album. I'm an original day one Hovenger. And, thinking about Reasonable Doubt. So, James, I did not listen to Reasonable Doubt until 2001.
I'm trying to think the first time I heard Reasonable Doubt in it full. I think the first... Okay, so my fandom into Jay-Z basically started with Blueprint. Mm-hmm. So, heard Blueprint, thought it was incredible. Like, obviously, I like the singles. I like my actual... Like, the first time I actually threw a whole Jay-Z album, honestly, was Volume 3, which is like... I was like, not impressed, right? But obviously I heard all the singles, Hard Knock Life rang off, Money Cash Hoes rang off, Jigga My Nigga rang off, whatever else. Big Pimpin' rang off forever. Still to this day rings off. But I liked him, but I didn't have any type of attachment to him. Like, to me, he was like back then, I was just huge on basically whatever Cash Money was doing to Outkast. That was what was running my life at that point in time in late 90s rap or whatever else. A little bit I could get to. So
then I was listening to all the West Coast at that time. I was just straight Chronic 2001, Eminem, Snoop. Mm-hmm. That was pretty much what I was listening to.
Yeah. So Blueprint comes. So I heard the stuff, but I wasn't impressed. It's good, but it's nothing that I love. When I heard Volume 3, then Dynasty came out, and I was like, okay, I like this a lot more. Okay, I like this a lot more. And then Blueprint came out, I was like, everything changed. Everything changed for me, right? Because if we go back to 2001 ish or whatever, or 2000 before Blueprint came out, my favorite rappers were the younger guys, if you will. It was Jadakiss and Fabulous and Ludacris, whatever. The guys that are fresh on the scene. I was into that. The Legacy guys, Pac and Biggie, yeah, respected them, loved them, but I was like, they dead, they gone, they ain't no new music. I've played all this, I've heard all this music already, right? So, flash forward to Blueprint coming out, and I was like, yo, this is incredible. Beats are incredible, all that kind of stuff. And then Volume 2 came out. I was like, it's double disc. It ain't as good as, Ready to Die. Or sorry, Life After Death. It ain't as good as All Eyes on Me. It is what it is, though. But it's double disc. He tried. But there's incredible moments on there. Incredible highs. And if he had obviously cut it in half or whatever else, it could have been that. But then he does a retirement thing. And I was just, Black Album, that blew me away. I was like, wow, he's really gone. And I was like a sucker, I thought he was actually retiring. Because at that point in time, we had never seen no rapper have this long career like this, where he's like, all right, he's this guy that's at the front of rap. And I'm not doing no king of rap, none of that shit. I'm saying he's one of the main inventors in rap music for at that point in time, 8 years. Mm-hmm. So we had never seen that. The guys that was gonna be on top forever, they got fucking knocked off. Like literally, they got assassinated.
They fell off.
Like, they got us. Yeah. So it just never happened. So, by that point in time, I'm like, I'm going back. I'm a sophomore in high school, and I'm just going back, and I'm like, all right, these two, like Black Album's incredible. Let me go back and listen to Blueprint again. And then I was like, that's incredible. And then I always heard people always talk about, like, you know, people think Reasonable Doubt is, if Jay-Z has 3 classics, the first one, Reasonable Doubt's one of them, or that's either his best album or his second best album. So I went back and listened to Reasonable Doubt, and I was like, yo, why? This is great.
What happened?
Yeah, and then that's based on, I was like, what? How come he dropped this? Everyone loves it. I hear it in 2003, and it fits. And because, you know, I grew up in an era where I heard Wu-Tang Clan, I heard Biggie, I heard Illmatic at the same time as Reasonable Doubt. I like the beats on Reasonable Doubt a little bit more. But obviously, Illmatic is a little bit older, right? It's a little bit older in time, and the Sonics changed, honestly. But I'm just like, how come everyone Nas was the guy from Jump Street off this album, and his career had ups and downs, whatever else. The quality of the level of rapper he is what it is. It's always respected. Jay-Z dropped Reasonable Doubt, and like it was like ignored almost, right? I found it strange, and what I have learned over time was that, like, it was a weird he's too ageism thing, like he was too old. It was an ageism
thing. He was an independent artist.
Yes,
like, it was
there was no hit single on there, and I'm like, well, what the fuck was Dead Presidents and Can't Out the Hustle?
Like,
and I think it made
nice songs apparently.
And for me, I'm just like, I'm listening to it. I'm just like, I heard all this Jay-Z. And when I go back and listen to Reasonable Doubt, after not hearing it in a chronological order that it came out in, I still recognize that this is like the most honest representation of Jay-Z's ethos as a person, as the ruthless capitalist that he was and grew to become a billionaire with. Like when I hear Dead Presidents, I'm like, this is a mission statement.
Yeah. Also,
this is a mission statement for who.
He also gives. And I'll take it over like with Can't Not the Hustle, like that last verse where he basically like U.S. Open advantage jigger serve like Sampras. He gives the whole game of what he's about to do, and all that shit plays out. So like I hear it in like 2001, and by this time, like, you know, I'm still getting into Jay-Z. And, you know, I'm hearing all the mixtapes. I'm hearing all the Rockefeller stuff. I'm moving back and forth from the East and West Coast. All my friends back in Massachusetts, they're all listening to Rockefeller and everything. So I'm, like, taking everything in. But, as always, it's an older sibling for me who always comes through with whatever I needed. Instead of it being my sister this time, it was my brother, Taryn. I'd just be at his house, and I'd be listening to, you know, Tupac, Biggie, just burning every CD I can off of his computer, and then eventually I see like Reasonable Doubt, and I'm like, Reasonable Doubt, what's this? Put it in. We're playing NBA Live 2001, and like, just listening to it, I'm like, this shit is fire, bro. Like I don't like, and the thing with it is like, the beats are incredible, and the making of this album has been documented with all the producers like Ski, DJ Premier, Nobody, Jazzo, a couple other people, right? Irv Gotti, who we talked about, you know, when he passed. Did Can I Live on
Can
there.
I Live,
And it's like, just like, you see the cover on the album, and it's cinematic in a sense. It's a John Gotti mafia movie.
At that time when that mafioso shit was running the New York rap scene with Frank White, Bad Boy shit, and then he does it too, and it's like,
this shit is a John Gotti mafia movie on fucking tape, vinyl, record, CD, whatever the fuck it is, and you see like the artwork, and you hear the way he talks, and it's like there's no other rapper like him. Like it's like he's got money, like he's got money, but he's human too.
Yeah, regrets. Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to
speaking
that
of regrets,
maybe like 3 weeks ago. And I was like, this nigga is insane. Like, it's just like, still.
Speaking of regrets, right? Like, I saw last night that, like, he had dropped, like, he's releasing, like,
He's been putting stuff
I
out on
don't know if they're
streaming.
visualizers or he's just dropping audio only of Reasonable Doubt, but he's doing it on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
It popped on my algorithm. I was like, why is he dropping regrets at like 2 a.m. last night
Yeah.
or 1 a.m. last night? Whenever I went to sleep. So yeah, it was like The Evils is like crazy. Like the story, like The Evils is literally him talking about like, yo, I had a homeboy and we fell apart or whatever. So now I'm kidnapping his lady and like and I'm giving her money to snitch on him his whereabouts so I can find this nigga. Why? Because of the evils.
The evils of the game.
Sorry, what do you call it? What is the evil of money? Or what's it called? What do they call it? What's the term for money when people say the root of all evil?
Yeah.
Yes, for the root of all evil. That's why he's doing it. The evils. And like, yo, it's a lot, man. Like, Can I Live's incredible. Politics as Usual is incredible. Yeah, it's
Hold
and
on.
then
Can
like
I
you know,
live? Can I Live? That's like the Isaac Hayes sample in The Mood for Love. Womp, womp, womp. Womp, 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 womp. Like, and it's just like that whole thing. I keep one eye open like CBS, and then like You See Me Stressed, like between Dead Presidents 2 and Can I Live, like those are possibly the two best Jay-Z songs there are.
I think Dead Presidents 1 is so much better than 2, but I mean he's rapping his ass off, but the thing is like there was no need. I guess my main thing was like, there is no need for you to rap over Dead Presidents ever again. like if you have never heard, like I promise you, if you have never heard Dead Presidents 1, if you only heard 2, you think it's incredible. Once you hear 1, you're like, why did you go back?
I never really knew the story on why that happened either.
I don't know. Maybe
it's lived in mixtapes and
it's the same thing with like Who You With volume 1 and volume 2. It's like there was no need to make another Who You With.
Brooklyn's Finest on here. You know, basically him with Big, and it's like Big looks at him. We look at Big as a god, right?
Yep.
Big looks at Jay as a peer. Like
they're rivals.
And it's apparent. Like it's like you can see between this and then I Love the Dough. It's like they were gonna make a bunch of shit together, and it was gonna be.
Do we pretend that Young G's never happened because of Diddy? Do we just pretend it never happened?
I mean, I never liked Young G's like that.
Neither. It's not as good as the other two.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just saying, like, do we just like because you were talking about the times you got Jay-Z and Biggie songs? It was like, well, what about the one that was on Diddy's album?
Yeah. But yeah, 22 Twos, super creative. Like, basically, this guy Jay-Z was around for years. We talked about the ageism. I want to bring that back. Jay-Z was 26 when this album dropped. Your average rapper back then was, even now, is not getting on at 20s. 26 is late, considering. Like, you would see, like, a Rick Ross or an Eminem
in their 30s.
Getting on later like that. But Jay was, like, the first real one like that because Jay-Z is older than, like... He's older than Rakim. He's older than Rakim and shit. Yep. So it's like, it doesn't quite make sense for him to come out in 1996 because he technically should have dropped in like 88, 89 or something, but like it just didn't happen for him. And he was a hype man and shit.
Right. For Big Daddy Kane. And there's also this part. He didn't figure it out until 96. He didn't figure it out until Reasonable Doubt. Like, if you go back and watch, what is that? Can I Kick It? Is that not Can I Kick It? The one song where he has a bald head and he's wearing the Reggie Miller jersey.
I can't get with that.
I can't get with that. Yes, and he's doing the fast flow, whatever. It's just like that wasn't appealing to New York rap fans or up north rap fans at that time. It just didn't work. And
in my lifetime, should have worked. The first one, like the up tempo one, not the slower one.
Okay,
I watch in My Lifetime video every New Year. I watch that fucking video. Like, so, and I was like, that should have worked, but
I don't have it. It's not in here. I have a copy. It's in a. So I have like a sentimental box, almost like a time capsule. So I keep stuff like anybody sends me a birthday card or Christmas card or whatever else. I put it in a box or whatever else. I have it in storage. And like in my in my actual freaking box is like the Streets is Watching DVD.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like a lot of that is like, you know, end of Reasonable Doubt into volume 1 or whatever. So it's like, you know, Friend of Foe 98, it's Streets is Watching, it's, you know, Imaginary Player, it's all these songs on it's all the songs on volume 1 that were like, these are the great songs, and he did that other shit that he was trying to take advantage of, like the Diddy track or trend or wave or whatever else, was like shiny suits and all these like easily digestible samples that you know, and it just didn't work because it wasn't really Jay-Z, and he kept floating around trying to figure it out. And I think he figured out how to make hit records when you got to, you know, volume 2, which he definitely did, because, you know, shit went 5 times platinum. Yeah. But it was always this thing of like, throughout his career after Reasonable Doubt, him trying to, he's on top, he's making big a hit records as everybody except for DMX up there. And then, you know, Blueprint came out and it was like, all right, you know,
y'all got it.
Look, he talked a lot of shit about him being the best. I might have liked Nas better at the time. I might have liked DMX, especially DMX more at the time. Once that dropped, it was like, okay, this is not really a discussion. Okay, he lost that beef. Cool. Like, cool, he lost that beef. Fine, whatever y'all say. Nas ain't dropped one of these in a long time, though.
One was the other was Illmatic.
Yeah. But Reasonable Doubt is it's crazy that no rapper was supposed to have a 30-year career. Like, that's, you know, I think one time I think when LeBron broke the all-time scoring streak or scoring record, I remember saying to you, do you ever think LeBron was going to do this? And you were like, no. And I remember, like, at some point, maybe when LeBron got to like 30 or something, or maybe after like one of them, maybe by the time he got back to Cleveland, I was like, I think he plays 18 years, he gets the record, and we move on. He may have a shot at the record or whatever else. We'll see where we go. And it's like, yo, he's now about to play year 24, seemingly. Mm-hmm. Or maybe he retires. Who the fuck knows? But like, he got to 23 years, and the 23 quality years, we ain't never seen a shit like that before. We're seeing a rapper about to celebrate his 30th anniversary of his first album that was a classic album, and he's about to, you know, sell out a bunch of stadiums around this country and almost as a promotional vehicle for his next album that's highly anticipated.
Look,
that was never. That's unimaginable. I never would have imagined that Jay-Z would have been doing this when I was, you know, when he become my number one guy, in theory, like in the early 2000s. That wasn't even on the table. It's 2026.
Yeah, like I guess maybe I just didn't see the longevity, but I always felt like he was like, once I became a Jay-Z fan, I was like, this is the best rapper, and it's like, I think I literally thought less of people and thought they were stupid if they didn't get it. And it was just like, and over the years, I thought a lot of people are stupid when it comes to Jay-Z. Like, you know,
for me, it crystallized when I was in high school, and I'm hearing people just be like, I'm tired of him. He needs to go away. He's old. And I was like, but he's still good. Who gives a shit? And but they weren't saying about Nas. Mm-hmm. Or Eminem was interesting. I was like, but Nas came out before it. What? Okay, whatever. But they didn't really. They didn't listen to Nas like they heard. Like, the Nas wasn't ringing off the way the Jay-Z was down here.
Jay-Z was everywhere, bro.
Right.
And the Rockefeller was everywhere. Like, it's just like you couldn't avoid it.
So that's happening. You know, and like, you know, Black Hound comes out, and, you know, what more can I say? He's like, you know, never been a nigga this good for this long, and I'm like, you know, he's got a point. He's got it right. This is kind of unprecedented territory. You have somebody this good for this long in rap, and like at the top of the game, critically and commercially, in this kind of way, got a point. Like, yeah, sure, there's Snoop Dogg around still, but like Snoop Dogg ain't made a great album in years. Yeah. He has a hit for us every single year, but he doesn't have great albums for us every year, or a bunch of good songs every single year. No,
he had these deep albums with all these great fucking songs, and it started with Reasonable Doubt, and Reasonable Doubt is unlike any of these other albums almost.
Can you pull the track list?
Yeah.
Is there anything we haven't like touched on?
Yeah, I got it right here. Ain't no nigga basically blows is like it's damn near a novelty song. It's on the fucking I forgot if it's on the it's on one of those soundtracks. This is a big thing with Jay-Z too. He could always get on a soundtrack, and soundtracks were huge. Yes. In the 90s or whatever. Like whatever soundtrack, Jay-Z's got a song on there. And
Hey Poppy is Nutty Professor, right?
Yep. Hey Poppy. Rush Hour has Can I Get A?
The first Who You Wit's on Booty Call, isn't it?
Who You With is on, I think, Booty Call.
Yeah.
The Nutty Professor, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
And like, it was a novelty song and that's how he sold what he even sold on Reasonable Doubt, or else it may have been fucking lower. You get the introduction of Memphis Bleak on Coming of Age, just a beautiful beat. Like that, like my aunt, like, she loves that song to this day. Like, that always makes me think of her. Cashmere Thoughts.
And he was trying to pass the torch to a guy, and you hear Bleak rap, and you're like, yo, he is next to blow. Now, it didn't happen, but Memphis Bleak, like, look, I will always stand by the Made album, and I'll always stand by 534. Those are quality rap albums. It's just no one wanted to give him the time of day because it's Rockefeller, and you got Memphis Bleak, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, and and Kanye's coming around and is like, we ain't got time for that shit. Move on.
Look, I would recommend people
check he's out. Like the sixth man. He ended up being like the sixth man of the Rock.
Right. I would say people check out The Understanding for sure, and I would check out like What You Think of That on his first album.
And then there's also the part where we talking about like all these songs that Jay-Z was on, like, right, like there's also this weird part where like he has hit records and like he's also feeding them to Bleak too.
Yeah.
Like, is that your bitch? Like, that's a Jay-Z song originally, and then they put Bleak on it.
It's funny.
And
Bring It On.
It's not. Say again.
They have Bring It On with Jazz and Sauce Money. So like, this later comes up with the Jay-Z and Jazz-O beef, and like this.
I never knew what happened with that.
Yeah, one day Jazz just started dissing them. Like, so they had this other song I believe called "Let's Go," and he had this album called like Kings County, and Jay-Z was on the single. I think what happened was Jay-Z didn't go to the video or some shit, and then like Jazz-O versus Rockefeller is on the low, an all-time mixtape rap beef. Jazz was getting at them niggas. Like,
I wasn't on the mixtapes back then. Yeah,
Jazz was getting at the Rockefeller niggas, but the Rockefeller niggas got that I Get High beat, that Styles P one, and just fucking demolished them. But enjoyable. But yeah, just like it all goes through all these beats. Like they all have like the similar feel. Can't Not the Hustle is cinematic in itself. Brooklyn.
Do you ever hear the story about Mary J. Blige? How you got Mary J. Blige on it?
Didn't he give her like $5,000 in like a paper bag or something?
It was like $5. It was either 5 or 10. And she said, and they asked. I saw an interview. It's a clip of it. She was like, "Man, I was high at the time. I just took that shit and I just took that bag and went in the studio."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, pain in the ass. This is a great thing to mention. Anwar Starwood. Yes, that guy at the beginning of the first like 3 Jay-Z albums.
Oh yeah.
You gonna die. Like, big time. Fucking with Jay-Z. You gonna die.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Yeah, like, and when this album starts, it starts with that heartbeat, and it's like it puts you it drops you in, and it will teach you so much about life, the street, the other side of the game, the regrets of the game. Like, it's not just glorification for the sake of glorification. It's not. It's amazing.
That's the thing, right? So in my experience listening to Jay-Z, it was like, okay, this is a standard braggadocio rapper talking about women basically being disposable sex objects and making tons of money and coming out and getting out the mud, right? But so that's what you hear on the singles. And then he's also writing about some like, I got so much money, I got shit that other rich niggas ain't got, right? Like, so there's that too. And it used to be hard listening to these new Jay-Z songs. Like, what the fuck is he talking? I don't know what an Audemars, I don't know what a Basquiat is. I don't know what none of this shit is. It sound fly, but I don't know what none of that shit is. He always been I'm richer than even the rich niggas. But from there wasn't, for me, it was like, okay, I'm missing, and he also had some fun stuff like I Just Want to Love You, right? But when I heard Reasonable Doubt, it was like, man, like, okay, this is
Genesis.
like reminds me of Big Boy rapping about like selling dope and like, hey, you know, there are consequences to this game, because like that's one of the parts that like I always, when people talk about like rap being vapid and his bad influences, all that kind of stuff, I'd always be like, yeah, but I grew up in an era where like the rappers talked about the paranoia of why you don't do this shit and you don't get in this game because you end up dead or in jail. I grew up on rappers that say you end up dead or in jail, but I'm willing to take this penitentiary chance here in a box and try to get out of my situation. So I understand. Like,
or you got to shoot your own brother or fucking your own homeboy or whatever the fuck.
You would always, so for me, it always like, so when I hear Reasonable Doubt and, you know, like, all that stuff about like, hey man, like, I'm constantly paranoid. I'm constantly paranoid of the shit I'm doing. And like, this shit is gonna catch up to me someday, probably. But, can't knock the hustle.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a great place to leave it. So
yeah.
If you never listen to Reasonable Doubt, I'd encourage you to just throw the first 5 songs on and then tell me what you think. Like, can you pass the bridge test? You know, all the first 5 songs.
Oh yeah,
James, you want to know those first 5 songs? So we start with "Can't Not the Hustle," "Politics is Usually Wild,"
Yep,
"Brooklyn's Finest,"
Yep,
"Dead Presidents 2,"
Yep,
"Feeling It."
Yep, that's enough.
Yeah,
that's enough.
Yeah, just listen to that, and then like you'll get an idea, and then keep going.
And it's like, if you get done with that, I'll give you 6 side. Go on YouTube or go to Spotify and play Dead Presidents 1.
Yeah.
And then it says, I want money like Cosby. Who wouldn't? It's the kind of talk that you probably ain't got no pudding. Niggas got them kind of dreams from Jet. You're in the streets, nigga, make you... I'll go the whole verse. We're done. But like, nah, man, like, he's like, look, man, this shit is built for certain people, and you probably not one of them. You don't want to do this.
Yeah, it's great, man. Oh, let's move on, man.
Yeah.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The way you said his last name.
Did I fuck it up? Yeah.
You sounded
I forgot one syllable, I think.
You sounded apprehensive. He's like, oh, it sounded like you was in the middle of everything. He was like, am I gonna fuck it up?
Yep.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Giannis to the Miami Heat for
Tyler Hero. Khalil Ware, a young center. A little bit of draft capital. Yeah, I think there's one other player as well.
I feel like they didn't get enough, but you know.
I mean, is it a
what are
when you want out? When you want out, and your choices are trading into Boston for Jaylen Brown,
who looks like a malcontent walking.
Right, like I was saying to Tom in the thing, like. Or I don't know if it was Tom or it was Second Josh, but basically it sounds dehumanizing that we call him Second Josh. We might have to stop that. But also Jaime Jaquez. Yeah, as well. Okay, yeah. So and I can never pronounce that younger guy. But yeah, the alternative, you trade for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is extension eligible like in a few weeks. So he shows up and be like, all right, where's my extension? Do you want to give him an extension? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. He's gonna be so good in theory that you're not gonna be able to, you know, really good draft odds, whatever else. Mm-hmm. Obviously the draft odds are flattening going forward, but still, don't want to risk that. Because if you on that team, y'all ain't gonna make the playoffs. As Giannis, you made the team on the playoffs with them. Or you can't make playoffs with that team recently. The team's gonna be worse. He's gonna be brooding because he wants his own team. But like, you know how that goes when dudes have won every time. When dudes have won, and they also want their own team, they don't want one or the other. They want both. He's gonna be in a worse situation. He's gonna be upset, and next thing you know, you got to trade him. He's gonna be a headache for you. So do you want to do that? So they end up going with that package, and like obviously, you know, you got more young players than you would have got for Milwaukee, but ultimately, I'm looking at Giannis now being on the Heat, and it's like, okay, I think they come in the door when you have someone like Davion Mitchell. I remember you liking him from the that series he was in against the Warriors when he was when he's a backup point guard behind Fox for the Kings. Yeah, I remember you liking him. I don't know if you remember him that well, but that's that kid, right? So you got that, and you got Bam, and you got Wiggins. I heard Norm Powell might leave. I don't know, but
they might have to figure something out. They got to get some kind of backcourt because look, I feel like it's not that much better a situation than the Bucks are. Like
I think it is.
Like as far as like as currently constructed. That's what I'm saying. Like I think.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
And it's like they need somebody to obviously shoot, and they need a backcourt creator. If Norman Powell's not the guy.
Yeah.
And maybe he's not the guy.
Yeah. But I just think like if you have Davion Mitchell who's going to be out there as a defender and a person that can knock down some open threes if he gets open looks. You have Giannis, you have Bam, you got two of these dudes. You got two rim protectors that can defend multiple positions and aren't, woefully uncomfortable away from the rim, right? Mm-hmm. I think defensively they come in next year as a top 5 defense. And whatever they come out as offense, we'll figure it out. But you don't want to play them. You don't want to play them in the playoff series.
Right.
They're gonna drag you into the mud. Regardless of whatever. Like last year, that he played really fast compared to what they normally do. Because they normally never play fast. They never play fast before. And then this year or last season they did. Maybe they pushed the pace because they got multiple people that can handle the ball with Giannis and Mitchell and whatever else. But in the playoffs, you don't want to play them because it's not going to be fun. They're going to be physical as hell. You don't want to play them. You can beat them, but you don't want to play them.
Yeah, this is an old 1990s ass team waiting to happen, boy.
Yeah,
playoffs. That's what it feels like. This team is built for.
Yeah, I mean they look like the new Eastern Conference version of what the Timberwolves just were before they blew this up just yesterday. Mm-hmm. Like where it's like you don't want to play them in the playoffs. They're finna drag you into the mud. They're gonna be they're big and physical and tough. And athletic as hell. So, we'll see. But he wanted to be out. He finally got out. And he got to a place with no stadium contacts, and Giannis is historically cheap as hell. So, I'm pretty sure he's happy.
I'll say this. I'm sure Pat Riley is happy with Giannis. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
That nigga, about to build this nigga a shrine. Like, I ain't got to tell this man to work hard at all. Like, exactly. He's about to, Giannis going to take over in Florida, bro. I think whatever credit Giannis has never gotten from people around you locally and all that shit about to flip up. Like, he's made for Miami.
Yeah. Like, that's a Heat culture guy, definitely.
Look,
now,
and who knows with the Miami Heat, they just gonna find some undrafted niggas or some two-way niggas anyway, and find somebody that can shoot somewhere.
They always find diamonds in the rough, man. Like that was the main thing of why I was so upset with the way that the Cavs got swept because it's like the way they blew game 1 when they had a huge lead was like they lost that game because they didn't put Max Strus back in that game. Mm-hmm. They just let the lead die down. He was only doing any heart. Like they wouldn't have won the series before everyone for Max Strus. And it's like, where did you get that from? Oh, he's one of Miami Heat voodoo niggas. Okay.
Yeah. You gotta stay away from them.
Yeah.
Them boys is like you may hit on one of them. It's like a 1 out of 4 hit rate. Like he might be.
They only do that in Miami.
Strus. He might be Kendrick Nunn. He may be over there playing in Israel somewhere. Like
right. Exactly. Like what? Don't look. I think Larry Bird was talking to. I think Jeff T talked this story about Larry Bird about how he would never trade for any of the Cavs or whatever else. And Larry Bird told Jeff T, "Hey man, he playing with LeBron. He ain't gonna do that when he get here." So it's like, hey man, look, Eric Spoelstra be out here puppeteering these dudes to greatness out there. Yeah. Like once they leave, all bets are off. You could be Max Strus, but chances are you gonna be like you said, Kendrick Nunn, Gabe Vincent. Caleb Martin. There's plenty of them dudes that was Heat culture guys. They left that culture and so did they game.
Yep. Another big trade. LaMelo Ball sent to Minnesota for Naz Reid and a host of pick swaps, which may or may not be whatever. I don't really know how pick swaps work. I don't really care.
One of them is flat out fraudulent. One of them is One of them is owned by another team, and it depends on if it gets landed in a spot where it's not top five, doesn't land in the top 5.
These niggas trading concepts. Like I don't even give a fuck.
And
like,
some of these picks are like in 2033, and it's like this new draft flip up of the way the odds are. Like it's only for the next 3 years. It could turn right back, or it might move on to some other shit. You don't know. It's so unstable.
Yeah. But man, I heard it and I was instantly happy for LaMelo. I was like, get away from this terrible organization that, finally had turned a corner this year or whatever. And, good on the Hornets if they felt like they didn't want to commit to LaMelo long term and, they had questions about him or whatever. Cool, let him move on. And he can get into a situation where he has a chance to, I think a lot of, folks like myself that have like held out on LaMelo that have stuck with him be like, hey man, I think there's something there. I always believed in him, been a fan of him since he was a kid. Like thinking like, hey, perhaps if there was some stability somewhere, like with the coaching, with the teammates, if there was a leader somewhere around him, perhaps something would work. And him and Anthony Edwards are going to be flat out terrorists, like in a backcourt together. Edwards has never played with anybody this dynamic. And LaMelo is going to like have like, so all the defensive woes, everyone around him can defend. So like, this isn't going to be like this. He's gonna be awesome in Minnesota. Yeah. I feel like.
If he can stay healthy, like one of the things with the LaMelo thing is like I think after the last half of last year, I think it's unfair to put him in the he's a loser category anymore. He's a knucklehead still, sure. He's still crashing cars, right? He still had that awful thing that he did to Bam in the play-in, and then the next game stunk it up, right? But he's still a knucklehead. He's still learning. Like the thing for me that was surprising was like, this is the first time Ant's ever had an all-star guy, as you mentioned, as dynamic as LaMelo, but the first time he's ever had a guy that wasn't way older than him too. Like they're both like 24, I think.
Yeah, same draft class.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Totally forgot about that. But yeah, it's like, offensively, they're gonna be incredible. They're gonna be one of the best offenses in the sport. Like you got Ant in the last, basically ever since the trade for Rudy. I remember like first month of the season, he was saying in interviews like, I just got no space to operate. And because he'll say stuff candid without realizing you ain't supposed to say that. You ain't supposed to say that. You ain't supposed to say that. That's and yeah, man, like he
appreciate you, Kevin Bonesy, for the super chat and the reasonable doubt chalk. Yeah. You inspired the segment.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's had to maneuver this stuff with like Towns, and then with Towns and Gobert, and then Towns gets traded, and I mean everyone knew that like Towns was better than Rudy Gobert, or better than Julius Randle, but they did anyway. But because their situation was, all right, if this don't work, the next person to trade is Towns.
I was gonna say, it seems like ever since they made the Rudy trade, like every couple years, they're kind of like it's like a boulder rolling downhill, kind of. Like,
but it's only the third year of it.
Yeah, it's like it's like they have to keep making a move based on the big swung they took to get Rudy.
I mean, like. and that was the reason why when that trade happened with Gobert on the draft picks, I was like, this was dumb, because now what you know is going to happen is it ain't going to work. You're not going to get to the finals, and then you're going to have to trade Karl-Anthony Towns to get back your depth because you made this decision, and then all you're doing is pissing away Anthony Edwards, like his rookie contract and his restricted free agency contract, and then by the time he's unrestricted free agency, he'll be like, "You wasted 7 years of my career. You pissed it away. I hate it here.
I'm signing with the Lakers."
No. So So for
Black
me,
Saber Jr. He said Hornets gonna be mad when Con and Brandon Miller, who's nice but still can't dribble more than 3 times in a row without picking the ball up or make serious passing reads against ball pressure. Yeah, they can have Con Knipple. I know Con was awesome.
Con
but
Knipple,
they love him. Let's see it.
Con Knipple is a force multiplier, right? He's not the weapon.
Yeah.
Right. And look, they got like $40-something million in a trade exception after this trade. Like, they're gonna get a point guard to come on this team. Now, they have Kobe White who can fill in right now, but like they're gonna like if you're looking for your place for like Ja Morant lands or De'Aaron Fox lands or something like that, that's the place, Charlotte. Mm-hmm. But back to Minnesota and Ant is like, okay, I saw this as this is going to lead to his way walking out the door being frustrated, and ultimately it's going to be another star in Minnesota that is a star, could win at championship level, but doesn't have the right infrastructure around him from a staffing drafting situation. I'm wrong on this because they made 2 conference finals, and then last year they ran into the Spurs, and when they won, I forgot what game it was. I can't remember, but I forgot. I think it was 1-1 in the series, whatever. So I said to you, I said, hey, remember to put this on the show sheet where I can be like, hey, I'm wrong. I was just wrong. I was wrong. The trade worked out. And now we're at the part where hey, this is done. They lost in 5. They got their asses beaten every game against the Spurs where Wembanyama didn't get thrown out, right? And that's fine. But now this is their chance to rejigger. That team was built to beat the Nuggets by Tim Connelly, who built the Nuggets team, and then he left for Minnesota and he built a Nuggets beater. And now the Nuggets aren't the team that is the top of the conference. Now he's building towards, hey, I gotta deal with OKC, and more importantly, I gotta deal with the Spurs and that 7'5" motherfucker. Yep. So what they did was we're gonna go one big and just a bunch of guys that can all dribble, shoot, and drive and attack closeouts and put people in the blender and start them in the rotation. And they traded off first they traded off Julius Randle. They re-signed Ayo Dosunmu. And I'm looking at that lineup now with this trade, and it's okay, so it's probably gonna be something along the lines of LaMelo, Ayo Dosunmu, and at the 3, Jaden McDaniel, who is people don't forget that he's 6'9" because he's so damn skinny. Mm-hmm. He's 6'9". He's gonna be playing super duper small power forward, and Rudy gets unlocked because there was nobody on this Timberwolves team that could open up the lob threat that Rudy is and always was, because none of these guys are really good passers. LaMelo's one of the best passers in the league. Mm-hmm. So he's going to make Rudy an actual offensive threat from the dunker spot and from pick and roll if they decide to do that. So and then I feel like they're going to be an incredibly fun team to watch. I feel like Anthony Edwards doesn't have to take 10 3-pointers a game because the rest of the team can't shoot threes. He can settle down to 7 or 8 instead of taking 10 every single game. And he's gonna this might be probably his most efficient offensive season. He's going to get if they win 55 games, people are going to say put him in the MVP discussion. Put him in first team All NBA talks. And he's been good enough, but it's he sees double teams all the goddamn time. That ain't happening no more. Because if you do that, you finna get a ball to LaMelo, and it's a set shot, but it goes in. We are in a league now where everybody is, or not everybody, so many guys that have ugly looking jumpers, they all got rifles. Halliburton, set shooter, rifle. LaMelo, set shooter,
push
rifle.
Shot.
Yeah.
LaMelo look like he shoot with 2 hands and shit.
Yeah.
Or just, that man shoots like Sean Marion a little bit, but with no jump.
Yeah, the set shot shit, we didn't think that was ever going to work in the league, but then people realized, well, if we can get people not to jump, then that can make them, be better able to get their mechanics together, set. So people shoot better now. So, yeah, man, I think that team's going to be really fun. And then also you got, Terrence Shannon Jr. dude, and, I think they're gonna there's another French center that's on the Timberwolves. He don't play much, but his name's Behringer, or it's pronounced like Bernier or something like that, but it's spelled like Behringer, right? He looks like a dude that's gonna take Rudy Gobert's job once his contract's over with. He's 19. He's like 6'11", good looking body, jump out the gym, freak athlete, nice hands, whatever else, can run up and down the court. This is gonna be the guy he's gonna get in rotation as the backup big. So that's what happens. You can draft well because remember Nickeil Alexander-Walker on Atlanta, he was on the Timberwolves team last year. They're a team that just drafts really well.
Yep. Black Saber Jr., you said, real quick, which you guys do you think will have the better career, Darren Peterson or AJ DeBansa?
You want my answer?
I mean, so it seems like early on, AJ probably has a better shot just from what's around him. But man, there's a lot of Darren Peterson talk that is he's got the body, he's already ready.
Have you seen Darren Peterson? Have you seen him?
I haven't watched him play.
Okay.
But
the best way I can explain it is
people are bringing the Kobe Bryant name up.
No,
he's
absolutely not. No, he's a 2-level scorer, mid range and from 3. He can get to the hoop. He's not about to take off on you. Not in the NBA. In college, yeah, sure, maybe. But you watch his highlights, and the first thing that stands out is, this basically is a dude that's built like SGA, but shoots like Klay Thompson, or plays like Klay Thompson. That she doesn't shoot like Klay Thompson. Relax. I'm sorry, take that back. But he plays like Klay Thompson. This dude is immediately walking to the league. He's gonna be one of the best deep shooters in the league. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's necessarily I'm not saying he's gonna be Con Knipple, that level of shooter, but he's gonna be a absolute weapon as a shooter. And on that Jazz team with all them goddamn big dudes, they're gonna need that. I would bet. Okay. I think DeBansa has a better career. I think I told you before, I think he's more athletic than Jason Tatum. But Rookie of the Year, I think Darren Peterson's gonna win. I think they're both gonna be all-stars. But I think best career, I think DeBansa is he is built like a dude that can be an offensive engine on a big wing offensive engine player. He's really good. He's really good. He's super athletic. He if he gets unlocked defensively or whatever else, he could be an all defense guy. We'll see.
This is crazy.
So look, the Utah one could be his downfall. Okay, so I don't know how much y'all know. So, Rich, I'm sure you heard something about Darren Peterson. Is he why he don't play? He don't talk? Is he antisocial? Have you heard any of that stuff?
Yeah, I've heard that. People don't know if he, is really committed to the game, and there's a lot of.
That's because he took himself out a couple games, whatever else. People are what the fuck is this, right? Yeah. So basically, people have kind of put him in the Kawhi. He's a super athletic guy, but we don't know what he's thinking or what he feels, whatever else. He's really guarded. He's to himself. We don't know if we can trust him from a mental leadership culture standpoint or whatever else. And that was until the draft stuff happened. They got past the season. I was listening to Windhorse do his podcast with NBA insiders with Vinny Goodwill and McMahon about the draft process. And basically what happened was they got him in the room and they talked to him and they was like, "Oh, we were just wrong in hating." Basically all the evaluators "Oh, we was wrong in hating. This dude might be able to go number 1 would go number 1 if DeBansa wasn't around." So I think that we got I think the 4 guys Cam Boozer and also Caleb Wilson. I think all 4 of those dudes have all-star potential. I saw Caleb Wilson. I thought he's not as big as this dude, but his game reminds me of Amari Stoudemire.
Mm-hmm. Poor Cam Boozer has to go to Memphis. Nobody wants to be in Memphis.
Memphis does not seem like his city.
He's from Alaska, James. So
is he from Alaska or is this his dad from Alaska?
I think
you think Carlos Boozer had his kids up there?
Bro, hold on. Cam Boozer. Let's see.
How do you get AAU tape out that bitch? In Alaska?
He was at Christopher Columbus High School. Hold on, let's see.
That can't be Alaska.
Salt Lake City. He's from Utah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Carlos Boozer was a Utah Jazz player. Okay. Christopher Columbus High School. Where's that at? That is in... I don't know where the hell that is. Oh, that's in Miami. So, okay. He done moved around. All right.
Yeah. I mean, his dad moved around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think all four of them are really good. I like the what's his name? Acuff. They end up going to Sacramento.
I think he's raw. But I saw the man getting drafted to Sacramento. I was like, fuck. Like it.
I didn't think that. I was like, ain't that a bitch? They drafted another point guard. How many times are we gonna do this again? Look, draft De'Aaron Fox, draft Halliburton, let Halliburton go, keep De'Aaron Fox, let go of Fox. Now we gotta draft the point guard again. How about this? When you land on a point guard with all-star potential, don't let him fucking go. Stop doing this.
Yeah.
Is this a fetish? Is this a fetish?
I mean, the Kings ain't never really, got it right. It's been a long while.
That's true.
But let's move on, man.
Yeah.
Austin Reaves signs the big yen deal, 4 years, $185 with the Los Angeles Lakers. And I, for one, am happy to see it.
Yeah. So my thing is this: I saw people laughing at this deal, and I was like, "Hey, man, they just re-upped Trey Young after just having a year where he didn't play." And you think that Austin Reaves, who was out here, for a chunk of the season, was averaging 29 points a game, ain't finna get
was a 30
max
a game score, in cooking the league.
Yeah, man.
Hey, he's scoring 20 points in a game because he's playing the minutes. No, he was giving niggas work.
Yeah, man. It's I think people are like. It's people have bad memories, whatever else. People just totally forgot that he played in that playoffs injured.
Mm-hmm. And came back to do it.
That's what I mean.
He could have just laid it down for
Luka
the rest
did.
of the year. Right.
Now, granted,
I don't blame Luka for that.
Granted, the word on Luka,
he was hurt.
Well, hold on. The word on Luka was that that grade 2 strain was real 2.5-ish, and a grade 2 strain means something tore partially. Or slightly anyway. So it's like, all right, yeah, you don't risk that because the next season's fucked up. But yeah, man, with Reaves, and it was oblique, or was it back, or I forgot what it was. But
I think it was an oblique injury.
Yeah. He what about 25 playoffs? Look, granted, his playoff performances have been up and down. If you want to go to when he was young, the 23 Memphis series, he was good.
Was incredible.
He was good. He's good. They won that series in part because of him, right? Now. Or even including the Warriors series, too. Now, the last 2 postseasons have been weird, but whatever. The team wasn't going with whether he played good or not. So
he played good against the Thunder.
Ultimately, let's cut the bullshit. In theory, there should only be 30 players that could get max money. In reality, there's 40. Mm-hmm. He's one of the 40 to 35. He's probably one of 40 to 35 best basketball players in the world. He's going to get the max.
Right. I think and the thing was if we didn't give it to him, somebody else was going to give it to him.
Right.
So it was
Detroit was going to give it to him.
You can't let the man walk for nothing.
Brooklyn. People were talking about him in Brooklyn before the Randall trade. People were talking about Detroit was going to let Jalen Duren walk and sign Austin Reaves. Yeah, he was gonna get max money from somewhere. It may as well be with the team he wants to stay with and the team that wants him already.
Look, and I'm trying to tell. I was talking to Finisho. He's just talking about it was just this disaster death, and I'm like, man, then I guess it is. Then so be it, quote unquote. If they ain't never gonna win, and look, can we talk about the elephant in the room? The LeBron James factor in all this, where a lot of the resistance. Well, where a lot of the resistance to Austin Reaves comes from is from the fans of LeBron James, the media partners of LeBron James.
Hold on. Stop right there. Just go straight to it. when what's the name said that shit, it was like, what the fuck? I mean, didn't we talk about it on the show? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was trying to avoid this very situation here.
But it wasn't gonna matter. It wasn't gonna matter. Like, even based off of, let's say this year didn't happen. Let's say he didn't even play this year, right? He was going to get approaching max year money. I think people just have a hard time realizing that this dude has gotten better every single year he's been in the league. Like, I'm not saying, look, he ain't got to get any better anymore. This dude literally is a threat to make the All-Star team every year going forward if he plays.
He would have made it this year if he didn't get hurt. Like,
so for me, it's like I don't get people having this resistance outside of, well, we still think it's a fluke now 5 years into this or whatever else.
Yeah.
Or because
undrafted guy.
Because he was undrafted. I think his undrafted status is what people are still being like, this might be a fluke. It's like, look, bro, this ain't no fluke. It's been years now. Knock it off.
Yeah. Like,
you don't fake it. You don't fake it through this league for years.
And it's like, the deal is like, to the point of like where all the other money is about to start exploding around it, right? By the time all that other money explodes, this is going to look like not a very bad contract, and it will actually be tradable if you need to trade him in the future for whatever reason. Like, if it's like comes to a situation where you're like, damn, you're really tapped out, what move can you make? You can probably get off the Austin Reaves contract if it comes to it. But man, I'm like, I want the guy in LA. He came up, the long way up. And he's kind of beloved, like within the Laker fan base. I would say, like,
besides the flopping stuff, what's not to like about him,
bro? I mean, I guess like maybe the defense or whatever, but it's just like,
Rich, there's not to finish all. There's not to finish all. Hold on. There's not defenders all in this league. You have to give me something better, and I don't like him because he's not a defender. There are plenty of people that like James Harden. I'm one of them. There are plenty of people that like Jalen Brunson. I'm one of them. There are plenty of people that like Karl Anthony Towns. I'm one of them. Guess what they all don't do? Play good defense. Who gives a shit?
Look, Steph, like, I don't give a fuck.
Another example. Another perfect example. Now, we're not saying this motherfucker gonna be Steph, but you get my point.
No, this isn't Star Win. It's because he's white and he's undrafted. Like, that's what it is.
Those are the two biggest things.
Like,
they think it's a fluke because he's an unathletic, because he's not a super athletic white guy, and he was undrafted. People still holding his draft status against him.
Like, bro, like, when he's cooking niggas, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can, create, and especially like, you back to the situation though, like where it's like, you have fucked Luka's entire time. I'm like, bro, like, you gotta let these people get a chance to accept the challenge before just throwing the towel on everybody and every situation and just treating these contracts like you playing Fantasy Machine and 2K and everything. It's like, bro, there's a human element to this. Luka wants a guy there. Look, the expectations do change for Austin Reaves. Let's not get that twisted because
but here's the thing.
But he has earned it.
He has played well enough to earn these expectations now.
Yep.
It's not a fluke.
He's earned it. Like,
exactly.
The team from that side, they seem like they got JJ locked in, right? They got Luka locked in. They have Reaves locked in. And now you have to answer the next
Figure
domino.
it out from there going forward. If you win a title, great. If you don't, oh well, you're going to be in the playoffs every single year. You're going to have shots at this. Like,
and you figure out whatever you're going to do. You're going to figure out whatever you're going to do with the LeBron piece of it. Whether it's going to be some type of sign and trade, whether he's there, whether he's not. Like, but you've got your coach and your two players essentially locked in. So like now you got to get back to drafting right. You got to do the little things around the margin. You've got to now look for all the athletes around them.
All right, Anwar, you have said a lot of stuff that's like inflammatory. This is the worst thing you've ever said.
This one?
Yes. Look. This is like saying
ain't never choked like that.
This is like saying that Steph Curry is like Trae Young. Like, no, man, there's levels to this, right? Like, think of the post. He's a Knicks fan. He's been doing the same because he's upset because I said I thought the team that was more talented was going to win the finals. Sorry. Okay. So, all right, cool. Jalen, think of the postseason run that Jalen Brunson just had, right? Think of that all-time run in your opinion, is historical run, right? Luka Doncic's playoff averages are better than that. Not one run, all of the runs, all the postseason campaigns are better than that. You gotta stop.
Shit.
Title. There are plenty of times where people are good at win titles. They happen to not win because they're in weird situations, right? Perfect example. We would have called Paul Pierce. We would have called Kevin Garnett. We would have called Ray Allen all fucking losers, except Kevin McHale happened to be a former Boston Celtics and traded him to the Celtics. Now we can't lose no more.
Trash.
We would have called Pau Gasol a loser his whole career until he fell out the back of a truck because Jerry West's disciple trades him to the Lakers.
Hey man, that should have been allowed. I ain't see no issue with that.
But fine, Rich. My point is this: we are being lazy and dishonest intellectually if we start judging people based off of what they have accomplished in a team setting when they're in bad situations. That's all I'm saying. We got to stop.
He does make a point. The Lakers are a championship-winning franchise, not a playoff-making franchise. We are in a slightly different NBA now. The Lakers will remain the Lakers to some degree, and like I've always said, the pressure, like the Luka clock does not start for me really until like LeBron's not there. Gone. Until LeBron's not there, right. Because like there's always the elephant in the shadow. You're either gonna have to win with it or win, in spite of it or whatever the fuck, right? Either way, he got to this Lakers team. Okay, he got to his Lakers team. This is his. He's about to go into year 2.5, right? Yeah.
They haven't drafted well on his watch. See, that's what I'm talking about when it comes down to this whole.
They were forced to spend one of their second round picks on.
55th picks don't hit. I'm talking about their first round.
What's his name? Was a 55th pick?
Who?
The nigga from the Thunder that just went to the Hawks.
Aaron Wiggins?
Yes.
All right, name me another 55th pick that ends up being a potential player in the NBA.
All I need is one. No,
you don't. What we're talking about is going forward for so in this year's draft, right? I forgot. I think it might have been John Hollinger. Someone pointed this out because this has happened in the NFL, right? Where basically anybody that can get picked in the first 100 picks in the NFL draft in the first 3 rounds, they will go get drafted. But if they can return to school and their grade is 4th round or lower, they're all going back to get the NIL money. So what's happening with these college kids is if you basically like there was a huge steep drop off after like the 20th best prospect. Like if they don't think they can be top 20, they're all going back.
Yeah.
To get better money. So these drafts going forward is going to be a lot of more international players than ever before. So it's even it's going to be even harder to draft. In next year's draft class, I've been told for over almost a year now, not the one that's coming up 2027 is going to stink. So that's what we're going with. But yeah, man, like I understand like the Lakers are the Lakers, but yeah, man, like the standard, if you want to hold it to that, cool. I just think that you guys are being blind to what the new reality for this league is. We have it doesn't say hard salary cap. That second apron is a hard salary cap. People ain't going for that no more.
The only thing I can think now
because you can't do anything with flexibility anymore if you get into second apron. You can't trade picks. You can't do none of that.
The only thing I think now that may be different for the Lakers is the willingness to play in that separate second apron because of Mark Walter and the enhanced funds, and the Lakers have more money than God now, and not giving a fuck like that. That's the only and like
they're gonna have to draft better.
Little sneaky moves like basically the Reaves contract is not going to affect anything because obviously we got his bird rights.
He's gonna sign last, and he's gonna sign last
and hook it up essentially.
Yeah.
So like now they should be able to be somewhat aggressive on the market, but it depends on who's out there, and the Lakers haven't. That's to me where they've done worse than the draft is like your free agent stuff. They've had to pay slightly older people like Marcus Smart and hope they can turn the clock back maybe like 4 years on their career or whatever, right? Stuff like on the margins that they did, like a Jake LaRavia signing that didn't really, I think, knock anyone's socks off, really.
Yeah.
They had to play in the bargain bin.
It was going well when y'all was talking that shit about, look at the Lakers record with LaRavia in the lineup and LeBron sitting on the bench with a bad back. It's like, we gonna see. And then all of a sudden...
We never got to see. You know,
no, we did.
It was fine. It was all going well.
Right. It was going real well.
It was all going well.
Right. It was all real.
We had to play the DeAndre Ayton sweepstakes. You know, he just fell to it. So like, those are the moves. Like, and then meanwhile, you look at a team like, if your shit around the margins hits for you, we didn't find a Landry Shamet in a dumpster somewhere.
Right.
Like, we didn't find who else is out there? Or Luke Cornett, essentially, you know, just sitting around. So it's like this mystery box of moves that need to happen, kind of, for the Lakers. And they could hit, they could not.
Yeah. You know, like I forgot who they drafted, but like I heard that like he might actually be worth a damn. So
Cameron Carr, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that
Cameron
like he's
Carr,
a shooter.
He looked tough.
I heard he's a shooter. He might be worth a damn. So we'll see.
Shooter, athletic.
Yeah.
He does wear number 43 though.
Look,
so I don't know.
He said, "And Leon Rose we trust." Look, man, I would trust Leon Rose if my godson was going to take $100 million discount. Sure, why not? Not everybody. That's what I mean by this league different. That's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit that would happen for the Lakers. Like that kind of weird shit.
The Knicks running shit the old way or whatever. Like they getting the entire, you know, whatever.
Knicks are a well-ran franchise that also has their biggest star taking a gigantic discount on some Tom Brady, Tim Duncan shit. Sometimes these things come down to just can't. Do you get lucky enough to have relationships in your office to make some shit shake for you? They got it. Other teams don't.
Yeah, but I'm excited with you know, let's get these dudes some clear health, and then we just got to figure out the LeBron domino. Like, what's going to happen to him? You also got to
figure out, like, with that little bit of money y'all got, like, you know, like there are gonna be some teams like there's like you just mentioned with Timberwolves.
Right, it's gonna be niggas around the margins they can't pay. They gonna have to dump them.
Right, with Timberwolves, with the Spurs, with the Lakers, like there are going to be teams that are going to be playoff teams that are going to be needing a quality rotation big man, and it's like, all right, Miles Turner, what you want? What are we doing? You gonna stay in Milwaukee on a sorry ass team? What you doing? You might need to You might need to open that fucking book back up and go back to the open page, take your ass back to Indiana. But anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Like I think the league is this is about as interesting of an offseason as it's been in a while as far as like big names moving and shaking, because like now everybody signed, nobody has cap space anymore these days. Everybody is just trading salary slots at this point now. So it's fun to see these machinations, but like now you're starting to see like these domino effects of like, okay,
who's gonna get LeBron the max, James?
Say again?
I was like, who's going to get LeBron the max? Because I don't think the Lakers want to do it.
Nobody's giving LeBron the max. Look, there are places he could play if he wanted to just be shameless about it, right?
I mean, that wouldn't be the first time, but go ahead.
No, by shameless, I mean like, hey, man.
Like he taking $5 million to go play somewhere?
No. It's like, hey, man, San Antonio. No, I said this in passing or whatever else, and I was like, there's a team need for a team that's like a real contender. And look, You tell me after watching the finals if they don't need a big wing that can create, that the Spurs don't need that. Look, he could go and get the rest of that salary cap money right now from San Antonio, and they can win 70 games if they wanted to, but he ain't gonna do that. That'd be real shameless.
So disgusting. That would be the nastiest. You know how much?
Exactly.
Would that be nastier than the original Miami Heat link up?
It'd be nastier. I think it'd be nastier than KD going joining the 73-1 Warriors. Because, there is nothing you could do if LeBron James was on that fucking team. There's nothing. They might sweep the playoffs.
That would be disgusting. That would just be.
He would answer.
Abominable.
He would answer every single fucking thing they need from that team. Like, you get LeBron. Hey man, like it would be disgusting. It'd be disgusting. He'd be teaching. Look, you remember we talking about after the finals last week? I think we were talking about like they need Chris Paul back on that staff or whatever else, just to have Castle and Harper back in point guard school or whatever else, a point guard academy. Yep. That's what LeBron would do to them niggas. They'd be like, now they playing better. Now they know how to make the right decisions. Now they know how to get a lob pass off the Wemby. That'd be disgusting. Yeah, man. And also, I think recently, like the last couple weeks, he shadowed on San Antonio as a town he ain't shit to do, and just like Memphis. So it's like that would be real nasty. He got to now all of a sudden he got to go back in the words. That would be funny.
Yeah.
He would never do it, but if he did, oh my god.
Sick. It would be
Oh
sick.
my god. Like Wembanyama might average 32 points next year just in all of those lobs. But yeah, man. Where do you want to go to now?
I was gonna say the Caitlyn thing, but I feel like we're running kind of late on time with that.
The poster?
No, not the poster. Not the poster. The poster was a lights thing.
AT?
A lights thing. We could do it. Might as well. I mean, we here, so fucking.
You want to? I don't care.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen it in regular speed. I've only seen it in slow motion.
Yeah.
It looks bad in slow motion.
It looks terrible in slow motion. Like, and so when you see it in regular speed, it was just like in the game. So before we, whatever. So the Indiana Fever played back-to-back games against the Phoenix Mercury. Long history there between DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas versus, the Indiana Fever the last few years, going back to Caitlin Clark's rookie season. They went out to, the Mercury after Bonner had a pit stop in Indiana, quit on the team basically. And then there's been bad blood ever since. And then it's always been weird. And this is the first time Caitlin's been on the court because obviously she was hurt last year.
Yeah.
A lot of dirty stuff going down in the first game. Mike Heim, 5 techs given out. Skirmishes between Bonner and Clark. Himes Allen and Thomas. Himes Allen kind of punks Thomas, which surprised me that she ain't want none of Micah Himes Allen or whatever the situation was.
That's surprising.
And then also Sophie Cunningham with an all-time meme now.
The point.
Yes, the point. And her and DeWanna Bonner, and they've been teammates back in 2018. They were teammates last year, so there's not good blood there. MHA ended up getting ejected.
Some tells me, look, even if I didn't, like, I forgot about the teammate thing, but some tells me just DeWanna Bonner and Sophie Cunningham would not get along.
It don't seem likely, but yeah, I don't know. So like the
why do you hate me? I know how you voted. Like, the fuck, like that's kind of shit. I don't understand what I did. You know what you did.
So they the Fevers pretty much go belt to ass on that game. Like they go on this 68-33 run after scoring only 6 points in the first quarter, and then they get the Mercury out of there, and then the Mercury basically start a bunch of shit in the fourth quarter of that game, which was all that shit to basically slow it down, muck it up. Y'all whooping our ass. We playing y'all again in 2 days on your floor. So first 20 minutes of the game, this thing with AT and Caitlyn happens in the second quarter. Caitlyn comes out on fire. She plays less than 20 minutes on the night, 19 boards, 8 assists, going crazy. She was about to moonwalk to a 30-10 game or whatever, right? Fever ended up losing by 2 points on this, right? After Caitlyn leaves the game in the third quarter with a back aggravation. And the other thing that people are not talking about, which I did make a point in my live that I did yesterday after the game that has gone insane, there was a landing space foul that was not called in the third quarter. And
didn't Stephanie White lose it in the press conference and mention that?
Yes.
Yeah.
The second quarter is Alyssa Thomas basically jumping on, like, Caitlin's going through the lane, trips or whatever. Alyssa Thomas doesn't trip her. She loses the ball, falls, and dives for it, Caitlyn. Alyssa dives for it as well. Knee hits Caitlyn kind of in the groin area. These guys have seen the punch, kind of thing. She didn't, like, wind up and
she
clock
didn't
her.
punch her. She just... Okay, so...
She's holding her, like, fist on her neck area and trying to stand up.
Typical sports thing. People get tangled up, and instead of, I'm going to use the ground to get up, I'm going to use this person's body that I'm on top of to push off. Look, it happens in football all the goddamn time. It happens a little bit less in basketball because they don't fall or not on the ground as much. But anytime that happens, if you the person that's on the bottom of the pile or on the bottom and you getting pushed on, you feel it's disrespectful.
Yeah,
at worst. Now,
and on the other side of that,
sometimes it just happens and it's innocent. But the times when it's innocent, we don't see it when someone has a fist like this, as opposed to open-handed.
Yeah.
So
and DeWanna Bonner's on the other side of that.
And Alyssa Thomas don't give a fuck. She don't care if she don't care if this woman dies on the court. I don't mean it that serious, but like she's that kind of competitor. Like she toes the line where it's like, look, man, we tough, right? We athletes, right? We gonna play hard, right?
Yeah.
Alyssa Thomas ripped through
the
Collar's ankle, who still ain't played yet this year. She don't give a fuck.
Choke slam Angel Reese before.
Yeah. Rookie year Angel Reese. And then Angel Reese was like, yes, ma'am, may I have another?
Yeah.
In the post-game press conference about it, because you don't want to smoke with Alyssa Thomas. She's look, Charles Oakley.
Alyssa Thomas is a fake tough guy.
Look.
I'm saying it.
Okay.
Like she's a fake tough guy.
Okay.
Like when you see how Maisha Himes-Allen went up on her, it was like, oh, you only try young players in whatever. It's like if somebody actually steps to you, like Maisha Himes-Allen is your Charles Oakley type.
Okay.
Like what I'm gathering is she's doing a little Kevin Garnett activity.
There are plenty of goons in this league. I'm just saying she's one of them.
Yeah. So. But Bonner's on the other side. She does not make contact with Caitlyn, but she comes very close, like with the knee or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then it happens so fast. Caitlyn kicks the ball out, and then like they're still tied up there, and they get up, and she tries to like run over her essentially, and it was like, hey, what the fuck? Like, so that happens. We get the other side that I talked about with the landing space foul, and this has been consistent, and I have been pissed about this since Caitlyn's entered the league with the landing space fouls because they have not been called. They're fucking dangerous. They're dirty. And like this one in particular, they reviewed the play but decided to check Caitlyn for the hostile act. And I'm like, are y'all stupid? Like
I only heard about it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, so like Caitlyn obviously lands on the lady's foot, but with the follow through, they ruled that her follow through was normal because they tried to say it was some controversy up top. The chick that she shot it on, European player, super flopper, can manufacture content or contact, whatever. So Caitlyn back ends up leaving the game in the third or whatever. Fever going to lose. This whole thing does not really get discovered in real time. Stephanie White says that she complains about it at halftime. We don't really know that. Mm-hmm. And she put on an acting performance in the press conference trying to get really angry, but it's like, hey, yo, lady, this is what everybody been saying. Like, you need to stick up for your player like more. Like, it shouldn't have had to get this far because obviously there's been this track record of all these things and the dirty play that's happened. And I think it sucks, and then obviously they ruled that later, oh yeah, we should have thrown Alyssa Thomas out of the game for this. But there was no foul call originally on the dust up or whatever, right?
I mean,
it just happened, right?
Where was the ball when that happened? It might have been situated the rest. I weren't even on the shit.
Caitlyn had the ball, and then that's different. Then. And then through the pass out to I think it was Aaliyah Boston, and she missed the shot or whatever, but. They basically ruled that Alyssa Thomas, they gave her a retroactive flagrant 2, and now she's got to sit down a game. But she played the whole game already, and then they lost by 2 points. That's like the definition of like, hey,
I mean,
this didn't mean anything. Like,
look, I will say this. Look, refs miss shit. They shouldn't have missed some shit when it happened on the ball. That should never happen. But they missed it. But the league came in and fixed it the best they could. They can't go back in time and say, this is the time and clock situation. We're gonna run the clock down from where it is. We're gonna toss up the game and replay the game. We can't do that. But they did the best they could, not because the refs weren't on their shit. And look, for all y'all that may or may not be familiar with the WNBA, the refs are way worse than NBA refs. Way worse.
It's terrible.
It makes no sense that they're just bad because the women aren't as fast as the men are. It makes no sense that they're worse at this.
Yeah.
Like it. I don't know what needs to happen everywhere else, but they should seriously look into whatever the ref unions are, whatever else. But like they should figure out whatever they're doing to train NBA refs or whatever that talent pool is. They need to offload that to also include WNBA wrestlers. We can't be having this. Like,
a lot of people were upset about
the game, the WNBA
punishment's
NBA
not
game
enough or
Go ahead.
whatever. A lot of people were upset. Like it was like think AC basically got off with a wrist slap here, and it was just like, you know, look at the history. It's like maybe. I don't know exactly what they would have really wanted. Of course, I think the Players Union would have fought like anything much more than this. And we see people acting up on threads like some of the players about it right now anyway.
All right, Rick. So here's the thing, right? The season started, and the first thing the players and people that were watching WNBA were doing was complaining about why are the scores so high? It's because they're now reffing, or the points of emphasis to start the season was, we're going to ref these women the way that they should have been ref the whole entire time. We have letting this game get too physical, and it turns into this shit. Like, this kind of shit Alyssa Thomas has been doing for years.
Yep. Ask Candace Parker about it too.
Right. Like, they have allowed the play to get this level of physicality in and for those that watch the NBA playoffs and were like, what the fuck are all these Wembanyama fouls? What the fuck are all these, hooks and grabs on the perimeter for the guards, whatever else? This is what happens when you have the play of it, when you have play being called one way and you get to the playoffs, or you say, you know what, we don't even know how to officiate Wembanyama, so we just gonna let them do whatever the fuck they want to and whatever else. That's what they've let run roughshod over the WNBA for years. They should have stopped that shit years ago. Now they're trying to stop it, and they're still catching issues because the women have been grown accustomed to, we can get away with this shit.
Yeah.
And the refs, they're always too pussy to just foul people out. You stop this shit real quick when you give someone 4 fucking fouls and a half. They'll stop that shit.
Look, and then like they call a bunch of nothing fouls on Caitlin Clark. I swear every game Caitlin has 4 or 5 fouls. Like, and then 3 of them are like, hold on, you called what? And then it's like she can get mauled on the other end. And then the other side, it's like there's so much inconsistency is another thing.
Because it's bad reffing in the W.
It's so bad.
Like, W refs, they might be worse than college refs.
W refs might be worse than WWE refs.
All right, I'm trying to have a serious conversation. Now you taking it to this fucking kayfabe, carny ass rest. Okay, you got it,
bro. Like
you got it.
Like, we need to check their slips. We need to check their slips. You know,
check their slips.
You know, they betting on the game. You know, they ain't making no money. You know, they're not being paid. They're not being paid top dollar.
Hey man, you a raggedy bitch for that. Go throw them under the bus. You know they're not getting paid. So are we assholes? Are we the people that say that teachers suck at their job when they're not getting paid enough? Or is that what we doing right now? Is that what we doing? Hey, maybe if the pay was better, the refs would be better. Maybe they get better. Maybe they can recruit better referees to their talent pool if the money was up.
Look, if the players' money went up,
so should the refs.
The coaches' money done went up. Maybe the refs' money got to go up. Maybe they got to get more refs that will compete for that higher salary. I don't know, but I'm pretty tired of watching these landing space fouls not get called, and wondering, is my favorite player going to get up with a back injury afterward? Kelsey Plum now out 4 weeks, lower leg injury.
What happened?
The injury rate is supposedly higher now than it was through last season.
But they play more games now.
No, they're not. Not this year.
I thought they're going to 50 games.
That's next year.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it stinks. And
but you gotta remember, last year there was a shit ton of injuries too.
A lot of injuries, and people were saying the injury rate is higher this year right now. Like, so.
Well, you stacking it up. You stacking them up now.
Yeah.
You got tread on the tires from 2025, and now you adding on more mileage for 2026.
Yep.
Look,
hate seeing.
You gotta remember, these women, they go through the same travel. They play the same travel ball that the men do. So they get to the league and they got the same amount of tread off their tires too. So That's how. So I just don't think people think of it that way when it comes to the women's game. But yeah, they also, they also had to run themselves and jump themselves to death to get to where they are now. So that should be taken into account too when they talk about this biomechanical stuff and on these injury rates for the women. Like, got the same. They had to travel the same roads that the men do, and they was under worse lounging conditions.
Yeah, but
don't let that Title IX fool y'all. They don't get exactly as equal as the men do. Let's not fool ourselves.
Yeah,
I'm not, and it's wrong. I'm pointing out that it's wrong.
But yeah, that Rakia, talking about that Rakia injury, she tore her ACL like the second or third game of the season. Yeah, it was a lot, man.
I didn't know that.
So,
look, and she was on play for sorry ass Chicago Sky, so it was gonna be a bad year for her anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I guess we get to basketball. Or sorry, we've been getting to basketball. Do we get to wrestling now?
Yeah. I think with the wrestling, we got the Forbidden Door coming. Did a little video on LPW this week. I was kind of talking about it. First, what'd you think of that show last night? We don't have to do a full review for that, but
until
I ended up I had multiple screens on, and then I had to focus on the WNBA last night from about 9:30 on.
Okay, maybe I'm an asshole. I don't know. Y'all got to tell me, but based off of what that card was, I was disappointed in that show until we got to the last two matches. If I see ELP versus Will Ospreay, I expect to see an ELP Will Ospreay match. Not a Will. This is the Will Ospreay ELP match being cut short so we can throw Swerve on here so he can beat the shit out of Dan Garcia to add to the suspense for an intrigue for wanting to see the ON final. That's what that was. Like, they put too much on that card, and it just screamed to me, oh, that's what this was. You could have got the full ELP Will Ospreay match, but instead they wanted to do this Dan Garcia gets tortured thing for Swerve to put over Swerve's brutality and to put over that like Will Ospreay is getting further and further into the emotional attachment to the Death Riders. It's a nice touch, but give me a match that I'm not anticipating for Will Ospreay instead. Then. So that sucked.
I was kind of blown by the Ospreay and ELP match. I was like,
it was just good.
I was like, that was it. Like,
because it was short, and you expect a match. You expect them to go out there and go give you 4.5. They did not do that. Not even close.
I was blown watching that.
Right. So, and then you had the Death Riders opener, and that was just okay. And then ultimately, I'm looking at this match show, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Until you get to you get to Red Velvet versus Queen Amanada, and they killed it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, great match. Red Velvet pulled out that top rope like Starlight Kid, like I can't even explain what it is. It's almost like a body. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't know what the name of it is, but like if you saw it, you'd be like, oh, I've seen Starlight Kid do that before. Like that shit's awesome. They did a lot of cool stuff, man, and like this crowd sucked, and I don't know if the crowd sucked because they were underwhelmed from what happened in the first hour and change of the show or what, but Amanada and Velvet didn't get them till late, but once they did, they liked it, and then the main event was great because it's Takeshi and Ricochet.
Yeah, and
Takeshi was going to go out there and say, hey. If it don't turn around, we always got me. And Ricochet, and this is probably the best Ricochet looked in a while in a match. Like he wasn't just healing it up. He went out there to try to have a super match, and they had a super match. So yeah. But so then at the end of it, you had all the run-ins, so the cage match, and that was cool. Whatever else. At the end of it, you have Mark Briscoe hitting MJF with the Dre Driller. Let them land, and they went home with that. And I thought, like, for a show to have Mystico and Brodito versus Moxley, Claudio, and Yuta, it was just okay. The Marina and Harley match stunk.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
I saw the finish, and I was like, so is in the MMA wrestler world, like, do you just Are you just stupid when somebody rolls you up like that?
I mean, I saw it and my first thought was, this is Baszlerism.
Right. And this is her homegirl.
That's our homegirl's move. That's why I said it's Baszlerism. Like, how many times have we seen Shayna Baszler get pinned because she's too much of a dummy to let go of the choke she has on?
I was like, huh?
Right.
So
at least I'll give them this. At least Harley put a hook on her leg to where Baszler got trapped. She wasn't just a dummy. So I thought that was cool.
I like Swerve and Daniel Garcia's match, and then
I liked it.
The funny thing I thought about it though was
like a starter match, from a rookie fighting Shuri or some shit.
He gave Garcia a lot, but he didn't want to eat him up. I think obviously, but like I think the deal with it is like Garcia was working the match kind of as a babyface.
Kind of, yes. It was. He's getting his ass beat, and Swerve wants him to fire up and fight him back.
Ospreay working against ELP as a babyface, right? But the Death Riders on the same fucking show
healed up the whole time.
So nobody can save nobody.
Rich. It started off with Death Riders trios. They're working heel throughout the whole match. Marina helps win the match by cheating. Then the next match, Marina in the match, she's torturing poor Harley Cameron, who everyone likes, right? Then the next match, Ospreay comes out there. He's a babyface. Heel Death Riders, babyface Death Rider Association, then heel Death Rider working underneath against a heel. 4 matches in a row.
That's all what that fucked up.
I understand that they're trying to tell different stories or whatever else throughout the match, and also to show the dynamics of the Will Ospreay Death Riders thing. I think you can do better than this, and I think it hurts. I think it hurts overall trying to present all of them in that way. Like, because at the beginning, before they came out for trios, they did the whole like rally around each other in a circle and do the whole rah thing, and then Ospreay fell into something and did a pratfall, and then like him and Garcia dapped each other up and smiled and chuckled. It was a nice little moment. But once you do that, and then immediately you go to the rest of the Death Riders, go out there and cheat for the next half hour, it just takes away from like what you Swerve told you they're assholes. They then were about to gang beat him, and at the end of it, he proved his point that he was right. And then you're still doing this with them, and then they do cheat throughout the whole rest of the night, except for you and Garcia. Is like, I don't like this. I don't. And like this was a whole hour of the show. This is the whole first hour going after this. All right, cool.
Yeah,
I was underwhelmed.
I was kind of perturbed by that.
Maybe I'm in a better mood if like Ospreay and ELP goes off the way that historically has. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I will say this, man. Do we need to check ELP into concussion protocol? That was a nasty fucking hidden blade. That was as nasty as the
one was too.
That was as
you know what the funniest shit about the Swerve one was? Swerve wasn't wearing no damn elbow pad, and he did it anyway, like he was taking it off.
So you know what was going on, bruh. But when Ospreay hit ELP, it took me back to when he laid out Ibushi in the opener of that Wrestle Kingdom, because it's like that's how nasty that shit looked, bro. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It was like, I got something for you. I'm gonna do your move and bop the shot. And he bopped the shot. That man, he certainly did. I mean, I like the match, but like I don't. That's a match that I recognize story beat for it, but like I'm watching the crowd not really get what's happening with Garcia and Swerve, and it made me want to be like,
why would they?
No, that's what I'm getting. Is like I'm not used to seeing this because I normally watch American pro wrestling, and we don't use this dynamic of we want to see a good fight as opposed to good versus evil. I thought it hurt that match, but I knew exactly what they were doing. It was good for what it was, but the crowd didn't take to it because I don't think they recognized what was happening.
Yeah. Mox verse, shaking my damn head.
But it was only good. It wasn't great.
Richard James with the Bully Ray and Moxley situation. Bully Ray is trying to work an angle and get the focus off of Tommy Dreamer.
Didn't Meltzer say that?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Look, let's say that's not the case.
Yeah.
It could just be he's trying to get another job He ain't
That
gonna get it
too.
from AEW, so who gives a shit?
He's trying to get another job.
No one wants to see. Nobody wants to see Bubba Ray on television, or Bully Ray on television no more, or ever. But whatever. At some point, it was worth it to see him on there doing TLC or whatever else. But no, we passed that, bro.
I just don't get it, man. Like, I don't know, man.
And
Like, I don't.
Rich was out here watching that Aces and Eight shit. He was watching that.
I was at the time.
He was telling me about that shit, and I was like, nah, that ain't TNA ain't gonna get me. I'm good.
Yeah, I was trying to watch AJ Styles.
You were
know,
trying.
like
Look, you were trying to look. You were trying in good faith to open or to broaden your horizon and see what the rest of the pro wrestling world, what some of the what of other parts of the world wrestling of the pro wrestling world was giving us, right?
yeah.
Me, I was like, man, I ain't trying to watch that shit. I'm like, no. You mean Sting and Flair and Hogan still out here wrestling? No, man, get out of here. Now, ironically, Sting, still had another
Sting
decade worth of
still
wrestling
wrestling.
good. Sting was still, look, he didn't have no high quality wrestling left there though.
Yeah.
So, man.
Speaking of opening the door for around the world, love that transition.
Shit.
AEW Forbidden Door. So James, the discourse I think arrived, in between the shows.
Yeah.
Last week, this week.
Yeah.
I think maybe you called it maybe 10 days ago. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Not
It's
as
like-
yeah.
it's like
I feel
predicting-
like we've seen rougher and tougher versions of it before. I feel like people didn't bring their best this year.
Because there's not really much to complain about because people already know what it is. Like, they know it, like, they finna get a good show regardless. They just complain about the bills. And then, look, there's definitely something to say. We just shat all over what two of the matches are building towards. But I think ultimately is like there's not enough New Japan on here for people to care about the part where they doing with the New Japan guys. So you can't really complain. And then it's like there's barely any CMLL guys on there, and then, like, most of this stuff is basically just like it's AEW as with some sprinkles here and there of international flavor. Like, the only person that really, as you mentioned, I think last week, the only person that's really doing this right is Tekla and Starlight Kid.
Yeah. Tekla, I think might as well just start there. I think Tekla has been laying the foundation for this all year because she essentially carried her gimmick in from Stardom as this wild woman. She's always constantly referenced Japan, just randomly, and is made the pilgrimage, showed up, did an angle, at Stardom, brought the belt, had Starlight Kid holding up the AEW World Championship in the middle of the ring.
That shit was hilarious.
An image that I will always cherish for whatever.
Got it
reason.
saved on the phone, brother.
It would be so fun. I'm like, look, y'all want to see what a real belt look like? I know you like your little red and white belts, but this bitch all gold over here. So
yeah, but here's the thing though, right? It looks good, but then you gotta remember, like, it looks ridiculous on Tekla, and Tekla is still bigger than Starlight Kid. So it's like, imagine that wrapped around Starlight Kid's waist. It's like, nah, like the belt weighs the belt weighs as much as she does, and that's not no good idea.
I think
That's like Darby with the AEW World Title. It's like, nah, it's way too big for it. Don't ever put this around your waist.
Can't
You
wear it.
look like a clown.
you can't wear it. You look like you wearing an adult. You ever know when you was a little kid, you see what a weightlifting belt look like, and be like, oh, it's like a world championship. Like, god damn, this shit big as hell, boy. But
I got a great story. Right, when Mayu first won the red belt off of EO in 2017. The studs in the back on the belt, they were too big for Mayu. So EO's trying to do the whole ceremony of putting the belt around the new champion's waist, trying to put over, and it wouldn't work because he's trying to find, because the tightest belt thing didn't work, and you see Mayu dying in the background, and then EO gets on the mic and says, "Mayu, you too damn skinny."
yeah,
But anyway, go ahead.
yeah, but I think Tekla and Starlight Kid, obviously they've had matches before.
Yeah, they've wrestled
and
plenty of times.
you
Not no big singles match, but they've had interactions.
Starlight Kid's fresh in AEW, fresh to Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
This is really the match, like, for Forbidden Door, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not getting the Death Riders versus the United Empire, which I was led to believe was on the table before Cal knew his injury.
So what would that match have looked like? Would it have been like Hanare or who else?
I think it would have been a team thing. It would have been like a 5-on-5, match, and like whose side is Will on, essentially.
Okay. I mean, that's what they were teasing when he went back over to Japan recently. Yeah, that's true.
It would have been everyone but Will basically involved. So like,
you know what that means, right?
What?
They're holding it until they can finally do it.
I would think they're gonna do that. I hope the calendar lines up that they're able to do it. But
how bad is he hurt?
I think he'll be back for the G1 and all that. But like, as far as like using it in AEW, I don't know when it's gonna happen now.
I mean, they'll come up with something. Remember, they came out of nowhere a few months ago.
Yeah,
a couple months ago. So yeah,
but yeah. So like I said, like it's Tekla and Starlight Kid, and it's like, all right, this is a different flavor. Like, I think they're gonna have a great match. I think Tekla's gonna win, obviously. But
I mean,
Starlight Kid's
that's not what
like.
I agree. That's not what I'm gonna be rooting for, though.
Yeah,
go Star, go.
When the last time you watched Star, James?
Don't matter. Look, the star is right here in the heart.
Within you.
It's always look. It don't matter where I go. When I start watching again, you might as well go. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Sick. You going back like with Tommy?
Emotion no more. I don't know how to explain it either, brother. I'm a human full of inconsistencies.
But yeah, this should be fun. I think Tekla's gonna kill it. I think Starlight Kid's gonna walk away with a bunch of new fans. My only request is like, can Azumi come second her, or can we do that? Is she booked already that day? What's the deal? Let me know, Velkej.
I don't know. Recently they had Suri couldn't come over here, so Takumi came and she was on ROH. But like you saw that video package where like Taro Okada, that geek, he jumped on the ring.
He has to. Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
He has a second.
That geek, he jumped on the logo on the ring to avoid from Tekla spitting on the logo on the ring mat. This geek absolutely needs to be there to get beat up by Tekla for heat during the middle of the match while they continue the match. That needs to happen.
Yeah. He
a fucking character, bro.
Like, we need him to like be backstage. We need to have Tekla terrorizing this man. We need to have Taro Okada like with Tony Khan at some point being like, "Thank you for taking her off my hands. Thank you." Like, essentially.
So
Tony, she ain't never tried me like this yet.
Because Tony Khan learned his lesson about how bad he is with physical contact when that Jack Perry shit. They'll never do that again with him ever again. So Toro Okada knows what he's doing though. He's good getting physical, or more or less getting physical done to him. But yeah, man, it would be fun to see the Toro Okada and Tony Khan link up backstage. That would be fun to see.
Oh my god, it'd be hilarious.
That'd be a fun picture. Absolutely.
Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr. singles match. So Kenny has shown this nigga like negative respect in these promos.
None.
Look. Do you think Kenny Omega looks at? I may have said the joke last week. He looks at like other white wrestlers in New Japan, like Larry Bird looked at like white NBA players like, you ain't fucking with me. Like, I don't like. Y'all ain't got no Japanese, you ain't got any brothers.
You do.
Ain't no reason to respect you.
Look, man. I'll say this: the best Kenny Omega has always been dickhead Kenny Omega, heel Kenny Omega, and what he gave Zack Sabre Jr. was, look, bro, you are a a speck of dirt on underneath my shoe. That's the way he treated that nigga. And bro, he don't let that nigga, like 2 weeks in a row or two times that Sabre been on TV, they will not let that man talk except for saying 2 sentences at the very end last night. I'm like, bro, that's so dirty how they doing Zack Sabre Jr. At the same time, it's like I'm getting Kenny Omega on the mic doing what I want to do. So like I'm kind of rocking with it. I shouldn't. Right. Like it's functionally wrong to not let this dude speak his piece about anything. But it's championship time. That man mentioned the word redemption in that promo.
Yeah.
So it's time to turn it up. And it's no time for we got to go back and forth and be diplomatic about how great Zack Sabre Jr. is. You're already going to know that by the time the match is over with. We'll get over that. It's time. We on a short run towards trying to get where we need to get to make this shit work. In fact, it's already started too late already. Yeah, we way behind. It's time to.
What did Kenny Omega think when he saw the? What do you think Kenny Omega thought the character of Kenny Omega? I might add. When he saw the booking sheet and he had to wrestle a nigga named Bad Dude Tito. Like, you gonna give me Michael, nigga? I gotta fight Tito, nigga? What?
Stupid.
Shane Hayes, what the fuck is the TMDK? I don't...
He said that last
I
week,
don't watch the company. I don't watch wrestling.
I don't watch AEW. You think I watch New Japan? Well, he might... That would be hilarious if they did Being the Elite and like Kenny Omega's actually watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, but then in kayfabe, but like he never watches AEW ever and never has. That'd be fucking hilarious. But nah, of course he's not watching New Japan.
Like Zach, he should have said he should have said this. Zach,
you won the IWGP title?
I saw your IWGP title reign. I saw those building numbers. Kenny could just say a bunch of foul shit. But they're also funny how you said if he'd be like if someone told Kenny this is a former IWGP champion, Kenny didn't believe him. Like no, ain't no fucking way he won the same belt as me. Absolutely the fuck not.
I fucking die.
Yo, oh my god, I love it. Oh. That would be fucking hilarious.
Yes, it would.
You know, yeah, Tito's. I don't drink booze. That's a good one.
Wow.
They let him headline the Tokyo Dome. Holy shit! Twice? What? And they let him wrestle a Gaijin in the other one? Where was this for me? He might just fuck Zach up based off that, you know. Like, they let you win in the main event of the Tokyo Dome. Somebody should tell that.
Wait, didn't what's it called? Win the Tokyo Sports Award? Did Sabre win that? Am I wrong?
Nah, actually, he did win Tokyo Sports MVP. Yes,
That's
you let him win Tokyo Sports MVP.
That's what should set him over the edge. Not IWGP shit. Not main event in the dome like he did, but doing some shit that he never did. That will.
Well, he snaps out of it and gets serious.
Yes.
Like Tokyo Sports this. Somebody should have told him this.
Yes.
Oh man, that'd be funny as fuck. Yeah, you know. Oh man, Rich Rogan, I saw you misusing your influence. I saw that New Beginning number. Flip for me, Zach. Yeah, you know, got to hit one. You know,
flip after this V trigger.
Yeah. Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, men's Owen Hart Cup final. Man,
this is AEW's best bet so far. In the first half of this year to outdo whatever Okada and Tanahashi did in the dome. This their best shot. This is a best last shot in the first half of this year to get match of the year worldwide.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a really incredible match because anytime these two have wrestled, it has been that.
Yep.
I think by the time they get in the ring, when the bell rings,
the crowd's gonna care about this and forget the build and how some of the stuff we have problems with. You're gonna get the bell pop and all that.
Yeah.
Swerve, like regardless of Swerve being off TV and how kind of obvious the final was from day one. It's gonna be in a way similar to that Takeshita and Okada, where it's like the bell rings and the crowd's gonna forget all the shit that's been suboptimal about this, and remember, we wanted this.
Yeah,
and then they can go wherever they want to go from there because, it's two of the best wrestlers of this generation.
Yeah, I expect greatness. I anticipate greatness.
Yeah,
I think between Ospreay and Swerve, there's a lot of trust as far as like as performers, as I would say generational adversaries and people that have been through the wars together. Everything that they've ever done in their careers, I think, leads up to a match like this, to where they've even worked matches against each other. And in this one, it's like, I think Swerve's mission obviously is to get that near fall, right? That where you think, oh my God, everything that I think I know about this company is not happening this year. Like, I think that's the mission.
It's gonna happen. Look, he got it in Wembley with Danielson in the fucking main event. He's gonna get it here. Okay, he's gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
he might get it twice or 3 times. We'll see.
So will anything, wrestling wise or character wise, the inconsistency that had, it's still Will Ospreay on pay-per-view. And then
Good point.
He's gonna be in there with Swerve. Like, these guys they're made for each other. And look, I'm just gonna lock in. I'm gonna turn the phone. I'm gonna step out of the forum during this. I may be live streaming this thing. I may even cut the live off and just pause it, like, and just just watch it on my own. I'm gonna enjoy this one. So it's gonna be great, man. I'm still picking Will, but
Same.
You never know. So what did they get there? On that day, and then Tony is like, you know what? Something isn't right. I got a new idea. You never know. But
could you fucking imagine?
Team Briscoe versus Team MJF. I had the suggestion of MJF giving everybody fake scarves as part of Team MJF to walk out to the ring.
And then they did something else.
They did like that Don T-shirt.
They did the shirt, bro. That's an all-time meme of Fletcher and Okada looking disgusted at that shirt.
Yeah. At the pay-per-view, it should look like Bret Hart in the 1993 Survivor Series with his brothers. How he has the pink singlet and the rest of them got black on. Looking regular. Like that's what MJF should do. But as far as the match goes, so last year's Death Cage match, Team Cage match, I thought it was a lighthearted kind of for the moment kind of thing. If they want to, they can make this one. They got the people in there to like go fucking crazy if they want, right?
I mean, yeah, but regardless of whatever they do, it's gonna be a great match. Like, I get you talking about like the whole Tanahashi climbs the ladder and then Ibushi and Ospreay are like, no.
Yeah,
I get it. I get you. But that still was a great match. So, we're gonna every time they put in Okada in these weird situations, the match in these cage matches, these outlaw mud show matches, the match still end up great, even though it's like it's weird to see Okada in there. Like, look, we might get him pulling out that Rainmaker Drive sign again. And I might fucking die. Okay.
So Okada gonna run the blade. I mean, shit, it would be the perfect time.
I think if he was ever gonna run the blade, it would have happened by now.
Trying to see, can we get him isolated with, Mark Briscoe in a corner somewhere,
I don't like the idea of thinking about Mark Briscoe around Kazuchika Okada. I understand he's a grown ass man, but that seems like a bad influence.
How about Darby Allin?
You don't want Okada learning the English language from Mark Briscoe.
That's sick.
You had a man picking up slurs.
So,
Didn't think about that, huh?
What about, is this the first
You need to
real...
move on. I'm not going to touch this.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Is this the first real Darby and Okada encounter? Have they gotten to it before?
They were scheduled for that one match, and you joked about like Okada was like, I'm not finna job for no junior.
Yeah.
But maybe, but like, I mean, look, if and when they have that match, it's gonna go off.
I mean, what are each of those guys doing at All In? Like,
right.
Like, dude, break this shit up. Give us something new. But let's see.
Speaking of, Because I'm assuming they're going, like they're teasing this Kyle Fletcher and
That's right. Mark Briscoe was in Chaos. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, totally forgot. I totally forgot about that. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I just I'm basically want to get past this show, enjoy the good matches on here, and see what the TV's gonna look like in the lead up to get to this pay per view in July. Because like they have stuff set to have good TV with as far as programs, right? Like they got like the Darby and Kevin Knight stuff with also at some point you're gonna get
Ciampa and Jericho.
Well, not Ciampa and Jericho, but like at some point you're gonna get it in addition to the Kevin Knight stuff with Darby, you also gonna have at some point Speedball comes back into the picture. You got Briscoe versus MJF set up nicely. You know you're gonna get Takeshita and Fletcher. Like they got stuff ready to go for TV. It, like for all the stuff I've complained about, like in this build towards this or what they've done the last basically post Revolution to now, it seems like it's a little slow but it seems like they're getting their shit together to have some great stuff to get you excited for All In a couple months. Problem is, probably should start a month ago.
Yeah. It's as far as the match goes, I think Team Briscoe's gonna win here. That'll get Mark his shot. And,
does he need to hit the does Briscoe need to hit the J Driller on MJF again?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I saw Alvarez and Meltzer were talking about like they gave away the finish. I was like, no, they didn't give away the finish. They have to put over that Mark Briscoe can actually to sell the fans on a chance where he actually has something that can put MJF down because no one believes Mark Briscoe can actually win a title match against MJF. So you have to give him everything. Because you know you're going to beat him. And the crowd's not going to buy it, you beat him, so you have to give him everything so that he gets a kick out or the leg on the rope by Don Callis, some shit. Got to give him something.
Women's Owen Hart final, Mercedes Moné and Maya World.
Into this.
What's up?
I'm into this.
Yeah. Good spot for Maya World to, like, if you're going to push somebody, right, in a tournament, this is how you do it. You can put them to the finals and ultimately beat them. Because you don't really lose anything here by doing it. All you do is gain. We're in the extra innings with the Maya World push right here, I feel like. She's got an instant match with Athena probably waiting for her.
Yep. And inside of that, you also have she can fight Billy Starks before she gets to Athena.
Look at that. I think people were being a little too cute. Suggesting Mercedes Moné needs to lose here.
No. Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, that wouldn't be what I would do either. So
if you were paying Mercedes Moné that amount of money, you would not be booking that yourself. Cut the shit.
Yeah, I think folks are getting a little too cute. That's it. But
you don't have her on TV in Wembley Stadium for the first one, shown in a fucking box suite, and not expect to get her to All In Wembley at some point if we're in the title match. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah. So she'll have a great match. And,
that's unexpected. Maya, she's good. She's flat out good.
Shota Umino and Pac for the Global Championship. So shout out to Shota Umino getting on the plane.
Hey, Rich. People talk about, AEW and they don't, they just want to roll roughshod over New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, let me tell you right now, Shin Nihon, we got one. This your match. You finna get Shota Umino over Pac. That's gonna happen.
I feel like they think Pac is not enough. This is your warning shot.
My question. Who would you rather see in a dome main event, Pac or Shota Umino?
Oh my God, Pac by far.
So it should be enough because he's way fucking better than Shota Umino in this stage in the game. Stop it.
So, and anytime Umino's come to AEW, they've actually taken kind of a particular care to him, of how he was presented.
Yeah. And also, this also feeds into New Japan domestic storyline with the Gabe Kid stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, this would be pretty good. That first night of the G1 got announced at Chicago joint. Everybody's not really excited. All I know is Inspector Gadget better sell them tickets. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Inspector Gadget?
Inspector Gadget, the nigga in the trench coat. That's the IWGP World Champion.
Oh, Suji.
That's all I want to make sure that's clear.
See, okay, so trench coat, they understand. Well, okay, because it's a red trench coat. I more put that with Carmen Sandiego, but okay, you got
There's
it.
that too.
Okay.
Sell them tickets. I don't want to hear nothing. I better see 5 stars on the board too again with Takeshita.
I expect it. I mean, they're great together. They're absolutely great together. That match was fucking awesome. How many matches have been better than that this year?
I can name some.
Not many. That match was fucking awesome.
Trying to see. Takeshita got several of those.
It's Takeshita.
On the other side, I'll let you tell it. I'll let you tell it.
Suji is at a stage of career where he's a great wrestler, but if you put him in the ring with people not as good as him, he's not a carrier yet. But you put him in there with someone as good as him or better, it's gonna go off. Is that unfair to say?
Yeah. I'd agree.
Yeah.
But look, man, you carrying that V4, talking big shit. Ain't no excuses. That Jake Lee match, yes. That was a sub. That Callum Newman match, that second one.
You cannot blame any bad match that Jake Lee has on anyone but Jake Lee. He wrestles like that. I don't think maybe y'all are unfamiliar with Jake Lee's game. That's what he does. He has slow, boring, lethargic matches that lack urgency. He does that. The only person that can coax him out of that is like Kento Miyahara.
Well, maybe he could have gotten a good opponent had he been booked on Forbidden Door, but guess not. So,
you don't want to do it. It's his prerogative.
John Moxley versus Bandito, singles match for the Continental Belt.
I expect this to be great.
Late change here. Lucha Mox.
I don't know what that is, but sure, let's see it. I don't know. Like, you know what's funny? You know what's funny, right? He gonna hit a tope in this match, and I'm gonna mess you all caps. Lucha Mox, watch. And I'm gonna put that
flying push that he always do.
Look, and I'm gonna put the upside down exclamation point at the front at the beginning of that shit, like how it is in Spanish. Lucha Mox.
Sick. Look.
Peligro.
Bandito going over in your fucking dreams.
Yeah, right. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
Look, Mox at this point, Mox is more likely to win the ONR final than lose to Bandito.
He ain't even booked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mox in the tornado.
Yeah. Mox in the tornado. Yeah. Get up on the rope.
Mox will tear his damn obliques trying to spin in the air like that.
If I gotta see Bandito grinded into dust, I will not be a happy camper.
I don't know if he's gonna be grinded into dust. Moxie don't wrestle pay-per-view to grind you into the dust.
Yeah.
He fucking choke suplexes you on your fucking head like you Kyle Fletcher. They're gonna have a good match, man. I mean, or a great match. Like, I don't expect it to outdo, obviously, what we got with the Owen final and also Sabre and Omega, but like I expect it to be a great match.
3-way tag match. Bucks against Mystico and Mascara Dorada and Unbound Company of Shingo and Teton. This is Forbidden Door, baby.
This your lucha match. This right here is your lucha match.
This for me. This is RLPW. This is
Death Mystica.
This better not happen. Like, Let's see, Anwar Star win. Mox losing that title anytime soon means trouble for the world championship scene. Yeah, it do. Appreciate you, Anwar Star win. But
appreciate it.
Freaking
He always have all the shit he been talking in this show.
tag match, Cope and Cage against the Dogs. Need to get Cope and Cage a little win. They fighting some young niggas. That's what this is. Like that have sold out a little too much, and the old folks about to whoop them.
This is like the only match where like I don't know where, like I have no expectation for this match. I don't know if it's gonna be good. I don't know if it's gonna be bad. I don't know if it's gonna be great. I mean, I doubt it'll be bad because Christian and Copeland don't have stinkers really on pay-per-view, but we'll see what they do. I wonder if they touch anything close to what they did with FTR, it's a smashing success.
Yeah. FTR are talking about all this stuff. They're going home for a few months, and their contracts may be coming up. Look, man, if they want to go be in the Fed, hey, man, God bless, brother.
If they go back, like they don't learn no lessons, huh?
I mean,
do you think they'll make more money than Tony Khan would pay them?
I don't think so.
Right. Now, look at AEW tag team division since they in AEW's existence, and look at the WWE tag team divisions since AEW is around. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen to you? How long?
Street Profits just got it back for the fourth time.
They show up at they show up in WWE, right? And you can expect them to be wrestling against the Usos inevitably. And you know what Jimmy and Jake are finna do?
Give them their warning shot.
Damn it. Nah. They gonna pull up that Summer Jam screen, and when they had Dax out there scrubbing his ass against the mat because he had ringworms because of Uzi hot. Yeah. That's they gonna be like, look, bro. This who y'all always been, and then you left because you couldn't handle the grind. Now they gonna give basically the tag team version of that promo that Roman gave Cody before WrestleMania 39, where it's like, look, bro, we are us, y'all are y'all, and there's a difference, and we are part of the, and we are gonna stand on and hold the flag for the Fed, and y'all some out. And y'all left because y'all couldn't
hack it.
Y'all couldn't hack it in the big leagues, and now y'all back, and we're gonna push y'all in y'all place. And if you wanna win the title, it's gonna take you a year to get to it. Try it if you want to. See what happens to you. Press your luck.
Man,
you don't believe me? Go tell them to go ask Andrade about it.
Yeah, that was tough.
You want Andrade to tell you, hey, brother, you go over there, you get fucked, and you come back here, and you have to, wrestle your ass off and be a wrestler year contender.
Nah,
to get this shit off your name.
Floyd no better than that. Floyd would rock with his homies, but he would not look how Floyd treat Cody. Floyd be treating Cody like, hey man, I saw him. I already saw the peak. But I know where the good wrestling resides. Floyd is awoken.
Where the wrestling resides is crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think that might be it.
All right.
Yeah. What else? It was June 25th when we did this show. It was the day Michael Jackson died as well. It was June 25th.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Wild. But yeah, I think that's it, man.
All right. Thanks for listening, y'all. If you are watching from the stream, wait till the show is wait till the show is uploaded in podcast form. You can go to the show notes there, and you can find the Rare Circle and donate there. And be sure to listen to other shows on the network. Besides One Nation Radio, you have Keeping It Strong Style, MCW Adventures, All Things Elite, Wrestling Art with Chris Things, Tunnel Talk, the Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast, AEW Match Guide, and Joshing Around. Thanks for listening, y'all. Later.
Peace.
All right, I'm done recording.
All right. I forgot that Pretty Ricky and B2K versus was the night.
Yeah, I saw something about Pleasure P was like,
what the fuck? I'm seeing it right now.
Wait, what do you see?
This nigga is on the chair with some chick. He
No,
dry humping the chick.
I saw something before the show about him saying like, "Hey man, this can't turn into no. If this turns into B2K starts playing a Marion hits to go against like Pleasure P hits or whatever else, then he's gonna leave off the thing." And I was like, I mean, that's a good idea because then you would lose because what you got besides boyfriend number 2.
That's funny.
So yeah. But I mean, I didn't. When did Verse turn to the Scream tour? Because B2K versus Pretty Ricky, that is absolutely the Scream tour.
Yeah. Did him go back to going on WWE Ventures? No, he did not. Yeah, they added Micah and Sky Blue. That's hilarious. Bro, it's like...
Wait, what happened?
They added Micah and Sky Blue to the pre-show.
Oh, Micah should roll the house through her. Like a hot knife through butter.
Like, I don't know.
Someone need to tell Micah to shoot. And judo throw her ass to death.
They be booking, like... Shit, I don't know. I don't even know what I want to say there. But,
who came to that decision?
Yeah, like who was like, "Hey, Micah and Sky Blue." Like, what? Like,
right?
Why don't you just ask Megan what she thinks? Like, could we get a like? I think we could use someone else there. Like, I don't know. But, Jesus.
Hey, Rich. Are we still on the air?
Yeah, we're still on stream.
Okay. Well, yeah. Anything else you want to talk about with the stream and share with the stream?
Nope.
All right.
Peace, y'all.
Yeah, later, y'all. We're gonna play this Ti.
Yep. Oh shit, that's out. Hell yeah. All right, bring it in.